Hello and welcome back to another Slay the Spire stream. I'm your host, Vegetablebread, and today we're going to be getting started with a Watcher run. And some train sounds. Always exciting when a train goes by. We had the window open before I started the stream. Considered leaving it open. Decided against it because of train sounds. Transform a card, Nia's Lament, lose all gold for 2 card removes or a boss relic swap. Almost certainly going to pick the boss relic swap. Maybe there's a world where we get like a double snipe where we pick the Lament. If we get like a double snipe with a Mega Elite in it, I think I'd probably do that. Looks like Mega Elite snipe is possible but not guaranteed. It's like a 50-50. Can't get the double. Almost though. If this was a question mark, then like we could do potential double snipe. It's a pretty good path too. 3 elites, a bunch of fires. I don't mind starting with the Mega Elite if we're gonna do the Lament. Probably want to do a boss relic swap still, but let's see if there's another path that we can do. Because we are gonna need to do the boss relic swap if we want to do Mega Elite first. Watcher is strong, but she's not that strong. Probably just gonna do boss relic swap and do this 4-fight path before the first elite over here, and we still get 3 elites. We don't get quite as many campfires. We get 2 extra campfires if we go the middle here. Although I guess we get 1 extra campfire on the left, so a huge difference. Right path is only ever going to get 1 elite. That's not good. We get 2 going through here. I don't know why I would do that. Alright, so let's do the boss relic swap, see what we get. It's possible we get like a good Pandora's swap and we still do the Mega Elite. Go like through here or something. Alright, Violet Lotus. A little bit low power for Act 1, but definitely an upgrade over the starting relic overall. But we could be in a little bit of trouble in Act 1. Let's just go ahead and kill the spikes on turn 1. He's going to be doing 12 damage once we stop being so angry, so we need to block for 13. Going to be harder to block for 12 this turn. Looks like we're taking 7. Maybe there was a more aggressive line that got out of this. Eruption Vigilance gets in a little bit of damage, still blocks out. Sets up for potential lethal, which we miss. Drat, taking 2 more damage. 9 damage in the fight. Not a good start. Signature move, prostrate, and empty mind are the options. I think we probably pick signature move. We've got a Violet Lotus, so we can hopefully clear out our hand by like changing stances back and forth, and get all our attacks gone, and signature move people. Sweet. Signature move is fun. Okay. Taking 2 on turn 1 from Jawworm. Better than taking 24. Straight signature move is a good follow-up. And can we get lethal here? We do. Be nice to get a little bit of extra energy for the signature move. Fasting is sort of the opposite of that. But I don't need to turn on the beta art for Prey, because it's cool looking. Well, do we pick the Prey? Signature move definitely wants us to go into Divinity form so it can whack people for 90 damage. Go to 4. I don't know what you mean. But welcome to the stream, Natan Sol. Yeah, Prey is nice. Maybe you're saying it upgrades to 4. What are you talking about? Go to 4 Divinity. That's just gibberish, Natan. You're gonna have to say a complete sentence. I'm sorry. Just type it out, man. I like Prey. Prey's a little bit energy intensive. So for Prey to work really well, like, if you're drawing a bunch of cards, then you can play Prey and continue drawing cards to draw the Insight, and then it's card draw neutral and kind of energy neutral too, because you play Prey 3 times to go into Divinity, and then Divinity gives you back 3 energy. So Prey's a pretty nice first Divinity card. Is there any reason we would pick Fasting here? I think Fasting's probably worse than Prey. Let's pick Prey. A little bit of an odd pick here, prior to Gremlin Numb. I want to play Eruption, but I also don't want to take 12 next turn. There's a good chance we just kill him next turn with Signature Move. If we get 1 strike Signature Move, we kill him. If we get just Signature Move, I think we kill him. 2 strike Signature Move is unfortunate. We have Block Bot, we can survive. Come on, Signature Move. Okay, strike Signature Move is what I was looking for. Alright. Flying Sleeves is pretty bad with Signature Move. You like Prostrate. Yeah, Prostrate's good. I picked the Prey, so you're a little bit late for that, but yeah, we've had 2 options for picking Prostrate. I do like picking Prostrate as the first Divinity card, but I like picking Prey more. I think my my pick order for first mantra card, it's mantra, right? Yeah, first mantra card is shoot, what's it called? The power that gives you Divinity every turn, or mantra every turn. That's bugging me now. What's that called? It's got like a little candle floating, whatever. Candle floaty power. That's the best one. And then Worship, I think, is the second best one for me. And then Prey, and then Prostrate. So Prostrate's kind of the worst one. But Prostrate's also like a low commitment one. You can just kind of jam it in your deck. I think we might only pick 1 attack card in Act 1. Just the Signature Move. It does so much damage, so we can kind of just not pick other cards. I don't want to pick the Flying Sleeves. Interferes too much. I don't think we need to evaluate yet. I'd like a Wallop. Fighting 3 elites. So we don't, like... We're not desperate for an opportunity to turn health into... Thank you, Devotion. We're not desperate for opportunities to turn our health into power here. Yeah, 20 HP is a lot. If it hits Signature Move, we're pretty happy. Signature Move's got such a huge upgrade, 10 damage. We also really need to get Prey upgraded, because the difference between having to play Prey 3 times versus 4 times is pretty massive. Also, if we upgrade Prey, then like we can play it twice and a Prostrate or something. Eruption also has a pretty nice upgrade. Honestly, like just Defense or Vigilance are good upgrades too. Like there's no bad upgrades here really. Strike is obviously the worst, but yeah, Shining Light actually costs. I think it's supposed to cost exactly as much as Resting. That doesn't seem quite right though. 4 means 3 times and 3 means 4 times, but yeah, that's what I said. You bargain, maybe 14 health. Yeah, I'd definitely give like 10 health for 1 upgrade, and then we can upgrade at the fire and get the one we want. So which of these would I consider hits? I think these 3 are pretty clearly the best. But even if it hits like a Defend, Vigilance. So tier 1 is Eruption, Prey, Signature Move. Tier 2 is Defense and Vigilance, and tier 3 is Strike. If we pick 2 cards, how likely are we to get a tier 1 card? So picking 2 out of 13, but there's 3 hits. So for the first one, it's if the miss is 10 out of 13, and then for the second one, the miss is 9 out of 12. So calculator. So we got 10 times 9 divided by 13 divided by 12. So it's 57% chance to miss a tier 1 upgrade. So if we miss a tier 1 upgrade, we're probably getting at least one tier 2 upgrade, so that's like a defend strike outcome. We go to 30. If we go to 30 and we perfect this hard pool fight, are we resting or upgrading? If we hit a vigilance defend, I think we might be able to upgrade signature move and survive 3 elites. We are forced into the second elite, so if the first elite takes a bunch of health, we do die there. It's a tough one. I hate just like skipping a floor though. And we get more total upgrades if we upgrade here and then rest here than if we skip this and then upgrade once. I think I'm gonna do it. It also makes us better at this hard pool fight. Alright. That's a tier 1 and tier 2. That's a good outcome. Really good. Ooh, okay, I don't know if we have quite enough damage to get through this fight. It might be strike, block pot. I guess block pot's only defending us for 6 there. It's definitely at least 1 strike and at least 1 defend. And last energy goes into one of these 2. Yeah, we can probably just dunk on him with signature move at some point. Probably just defend double strike. Very likely we're getting signature move next turn. And signature move kills him from his current health total if we double strike. Maybe the line there was defend, pray, strike. If we did pray, we would be less likely to draw a strike, so we'd be able to signature move and then insight to look for another attack. It's kind of an interesting option. Alright. Signature move. Flurry of Blows, Empty Fist, and Crescendo all combo with Violet Lotus. So we should probably pick one of them. What cards got upgraded? Vigilance and Prey. So we got a tier 1 and a tier 2. Not terrible. That is a good outcome. Seems like it's a little bit early for a Flurry of Blows. Since we don't have that much stance changing stuff, it's really just Eruption and Vigilance. But the Violet Lotus pretty highly encourages us to get stance changing stuff. And the Flurry of Blows has a little secret benefit, which is, as a zero cost attack, we can just dump it out of hand and then play signature move. Which is really nice. It never gets stuck, unless we get, like, Snecko Eye. Would we pick Snecko Eye with this deck? Signature move says both yes and no. I don't know if I've ever played a signature move Snecko Eye deck. It sounds awkward. I think the answer is probably no. So Flurry of Blows is bad with Snecko Eye, but I think we're already bad with Snecko Eye, so I think we're ignoring that interaction. Empty Fist is nice too. Empty Fist does a ton of damage. Extra way to get out of Eruption, so we can kind of get ourselves into trouble a little bit easier. We have a Prey though, so we don't want too many stance exits because we might be in Divinity, right? I think I'll just grab a Flurry. We definitely don't feel strong enough to take a Mega Elite right now, so let's go rest. And then go fight 3. Alright, 43 is not great. I was hoping to be a little higher than this. Yeah, Gremlin now. He is here. Flurry and Signature Move are happening. We're not going to play Prey for sure. We don't want an Insight, because that's a skill. And we're not going to play Prey 3 times in this fight. Do we Swift Pot to look for a strike? Swift Pot also gets us closer to redrawing Signature Move, which is probably how we end the fight. Sure. Alright. Get an extra strike. Yeah, I think it's actually guaranteed that the camp costs you exactly 1 rest. They do the same math. I kind of want to play the Vigilance. Is that irresponsible? We could just like Eruption Strike, Block Pot, take 4. So it's 21 damage, leaves him at 25. So he's definitely dead to Signature Move. He would also be dead to like Double Strike and Flurry of Blows. He'd be 1 off from Double Strike, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think we want to take the 24 next turn, because we have to fight 2 elites after this, so I think we have to go for it. Oh right, Flurry's coming back. Okay, so he is dead to 2 strikes next turn. Okay, cool. We got a puzzle for our time. Sands of Time has some pretty significant anti-synergy with Signature Move. So I don't think we're picking that. Although they are, like, they feel very similar, right? Like, both of them are just, like, big chonky attacks where you want to, like, go into Divinity and blow people up. But they don't work well together, because Sands of Time gets stuck in your hand while you're decosting it, and then you can't play Signature Move, and then you're sad. Wave of the Hand's great. We just fought Gremlin Knobs, so we're not as afraid of picking skills as we were before. We also have... I was going to talk about how Wave of the Hand interacts with Prostrate, but we didn't pick up Prostrate, we picked Prey. Wave of the Hand would be an additional skill that doesn't like block or do damage, which Prey is. This is a little bit concerning. Hey Monty Python, good morning. A little bit concerning that we ended up with a deck that does nothing on some important turns. Wave of the Hand's really good later with like Talk to the Hand and stuff. We have a Flurry of Blows, so the Talk to the Hand Dream is definitely something we're looking for. Turns where you play Wave of the Hand also tend to be like very expensive turns. Hey Pixel Noise, good morning to you as well. Because like if you play Wave of the Hand, you're gonna want to spend the rest of your turn like blocking out and like hopefully doing some damage. Like maybe you're trying to proc Kunai or something weird because it's Act 4. And like you really need like 5 energy to do all those things. You need like 1 energy to play Wave of the Hand, 2 energy to proc Kunai, and then 1 more energy to finish blocking out. And that's a lot of energy. I guess that those numbers added up to 4, and I'm aware of that. But you know, sometimes when you come up with scenarios, they don't match exactly what you said they would say. Thank you. I think we're skipping here. I don't think Wave of the Hand is like a critical component. I definitely don't hate picking it. Indignation is pickable too, but I don't see the reason to pick it. Ooh. Yeah, I think we're skipping. Okay. All right, what do you got for me? Question mark. Healing is nice. Card removes are a very constrained resource in Slay the Spire, so anytime you get offered one, you should seriously consider taking it. I think the heal's sort of the default pick here. We are at 40, and we have to go through 2 more elites. Heal's probably ending up, hopefully, buying us an upgrade here. Is the dream. But maybe card remove is better than upgrade? card remove also makes the deck better, which heal does not. We also have a little bit of special value out of card removing a strike. Like normally card removing a strike is good because strikes are bad, but strikes are extra bad because we're trying to get signature move going. And if we draw like 2 strikes and a signature move, we're stuck. So I think I'm going to go with card remove. A little bit dicey to be at 40 and choose to stay there. But this elite is voluntary, so we can, if we get really beat up here, we can go through the, well, I'm not sure we survived that route either. This is not a very safe backup route, like 3 hard pool fights. Maybe we should be healing here. So it can't be Gremlin Nub, so worst case scenario is probably Sentries. Watcher tends to do pretty well against Lagavulin because you can just like set yourself into Wrath and then like absolutely blow him up with signature move or something. We don't have super few relics. We haven't seen like a Scrap Ooze or anything, which is like how you would get the most relics by now. Good morning, Sherwins. Yeah, we probably are going to fight the 2 elites, which means we should probably pick the health, right? So, like, the relic bar sometimes is a little bit confusing in Act 1, because, like, very frequently you've got, like, a golden idol in there. And golden idol is a relic, technically, right? But it's like, sort of on the weaker end of common relics. It's, like, not very strong. I mean, it's an event relic, so it's not really, like, it's not really balanced to be in any of the common, uncommon, or rare pools. But it's not a strong relic, so it can like fills up the bulk there a little bit. But these relics are really strong. Violet Lotus is a boss relic and one of the best ones, and Centennial Puzzle is super powerful in common. So I definitely don't feel like we're short on relics here. Plus we are about to go fight 2 elites, so it's going to fill up a little bit. Plus these events probably have a relic in it. There might be like Scrap Ooze or Warp Tongs or something. Yeah, remove is definitely really strong. If it weren't for the signature move, I think I would have already healed and moved on by now, because it seems like the heal is almost necessary for safety. But like, card remove is so good with signature move. It's like really important to get those strikes removed. Because if we remove a strike, we've only got 3 strikes left. The chance of drawing 2 strikes and a signature move is like so low. We can still draw like Eruption signature move, which, if we're in Calm, is great, but if we're not in Calm, is bad. Yeah, it's true, right? But does it save us 17 health? I don't think so. It might save us like 4 health, right? In the context of Act 1. In the context of the whole run, it's very difficult to calculate, but it's not going to save us 17. I'm going to mute myself for a second so I can eat this delicious avocado toast, unless people are like super into ASMR toast chewing. I definitely have had people in chat being like, I listen to you while you go to sleep. Your voice is so calming, and like stuff like that. I don't know how to feel about that. And so like, I feel like that's a really interesting and insightful question. How many card removes do you have on average? Averages can be really tricky. So like, if you pick Pandora's Box, you're going to remove like 10 plus, right? So that run is like, assuming we're counting transforms as removes, which I that's how I think about them. So those, you're going to have like a whole cluster of runs where it's like you removed all your strikes and defends, and those are going to crank the average up. So like, I think you might be right that the average is like 5, but I think the median's probably like 3, because there's some runs where you only remove like 1 or 2 cards, and still win. I think sometimes people tend to overvalue card removes. They are very good, but it is easy to to go overboard. I think I'm going to take the heal here. I want to play the Prey before we wake him up, so we're not going to wake him up with Signature Move right now. That's going to be a hell of a turn next turn. Bonk. Oh, here's another card reward for this, keeping track at home. Oh man, come on. Really? We can probably set up for Lessons Learned next turn here if we're careful. We have 62 damage with the flex pot here, so I think we set him up for Lessons Learned next turn. I think Gremlin Horn's probably worse than average for me. There's a bunch of fights where Gremlin Horn does nothing. There is also a bunch of fights where Gremlin Horn is godlike, but I think it does nothing, weighs too much. And there's so many really good relics. There are like bad relics in the pool too, though, right? Like it's up against like Omamori and stuff. It's true that Lizard Tail sometimes doesn't do anything, but if Lizard Tail doesn't do anything, then you don't. It doesn't matter if you skipped a relic slot. I honestly like Lizard Tail is probably not the best rare relic, right? Like it's not as good as like Fossilized Helix or even Incense Burner, but it is pretty insane. Okay, we're done eating now, so I'm gonna leave myself off mute. Do we take a Tranquility here? Definitely no on second signature move. I think no on Cut Through Fate too. If this was a Weave, we'd definitely take the Cut Through Fate. We don't have any Calm Enters. We badly need like a Fear No Evil or Inner Calm, but those are uncommon, so sometimes we don't get them. And we have Violet, so we need to have some way of entering Calm that isn't just Vigilance. Tranquility is going to end up getting an upgrade eventually because of Lessons Learned is in the deck. So Tranquility ends up being +3 energy, which is just an insane card to put in your deck. We just get like to put a double upgraded Miracle in the deck. Just so nuts. It's also really good with Signature Move because we really need those like bursty energy turns. Where it's like, oh no, we drew Eruption and 2 strikes and a Signature Move. It's like, well, enter Calm, go into Wrath, and then blow everybody up. 12 is what floor we're on. So there've been 11 floors so far behind us, I guess. All right, let's grab it. Rude. We can use Flurry to split one. We're gonna get weakened, so we're gonna do 4 damage with our strikes in the future. So we want to set people to health totals like 4 or 8, if we can. We can Flurry him to put him at 8, which seems good. And then we need to block for 14, so no prey. All right, double strike kills him. We don't need to defend because of Horncleat. Weak is not wearing off, so we can still care about, like, break totals like 4, 8, and 12. Although, that's a little bit less relevant next turn, because we have, like, Eruption signature move. We do have to set somebody up for Lessons Learned, too. Probably we're gonna, like, Eruption Lessons Learned next turn. Eruption does 6 when we're weak. Lessons Learned would do, if we're weak and in Wrath mode, it would do 16? No, 15. Because it would do 20 and then weak. Any differences between the red and yellow enemy here? I'm a little bit confused by that question. Was there a red Laos or something? I don't believe there's a difference. I think all lice are the same. I don't... We probably just kill them both next turn. I guess we're drawing exactly these cards, huh? What did you expect to happen when you typed !reference fix and list? Because I can make that thing happen. It's probably a bot. I think we split this one. I don't have a really strong justification. Okay, so, we can Tranquility, Eruption, Lessons Learned, and Signature Move. All we really need is for Lessons Learned to kill somebody, so we'll just have it kill this one. Just in case I was wrong about the math. Do we have enough energy for that? This puts us down to 2, this puts us up to 4, so yeah, we have enough. Okay. Yeah, it does do 15. Okay. Foresight's nice. I like Protect quite a bit, too. In hallway fights, we're going to be spending health in Act 2 to try and set up lessons learned. At some point, we're going to have to be like, well, we don't kill him this turn because we need to set up lessons learned. It hasn't been a problem so far, but at some point we're going to like top deck lessons learned when we can't use it. And Foresight helps us burn through the deck and find the lessons learned. They do have different stats? Huh. Interesting. I did not know. Foresight also helps us scry through the deck and look for prey. Yeah, I do not know how I didn't know. I knew that sometimes they buffed and sometimes they weakened, and I just like... The Laos fight is so easy that I never looked it up. I just assumed all of them could could buff and weaken. I think Foresight's probably better than Protect here. Protect, I think these are honestly all pickable. I would take a second Tranquility, but I think Foresight's the highest priority pick. It's an uncommon as well. We don't have any like mummified hand shenanigans, so maybe this is not correct. Explaining everything. Look, I can't explain things that I do not myself understand. Part of the good thing about Slay the Spire is there's a lot of game here. There's, you know, you can still learn things about this game after you've played, I don't know, 1,000 hours or however. How much have I played? Steam thinks I've played Slay the Spire 3,300 hours. It's probably not true because I've like left it on overnight, like pretty regularly, but it's not far off either. It's not like off by an order of magnitude. Question mark could be Scrap Ooze, which would be really good. Also, Forgotten Altar would be good here. When the question mark gets big, you can see the dot from the path after it, through it. You guys see that? When I mouse over it, it like almost goes away, but it's still there. Sure, give me Scrap Ooze. Serpent. I don't think we're willing to carry Doubt through a boss fight and the beginning of Act 2. So I think we have to disagree here. Yeah, I mean, honestly, my win rate is definitely not 63% long term. It's 63% over the last 2 loops. But that's like way better than it has been before. That's right. I think we're smithing here. Just because we don't need the extra health. This could be like a kind of a radical time to recall. Recalling is an option here. We have enough health that we're getting through the fight. Probably upgrades aren't very important because we have lessons learned. So everything's going to get upgraded eventually. That would be massively disrespectful to Guardian. But Guardian's worthy of disrespect. He's definitely too weak here to be a real challenge. Might just be worth it to upgrade Lessons Learned to make it easier to land Lessons Learned later. Lessons Learned later. Lol. We could upgrade Signature Move because it's got a really good upgrade. It's the last of the sort of tier 1 tranche from the Shining Light event. Yeah, it's probably not right, but it's worth considering. I think upgrading Signature Move is probably just too important. I think we need to land that one. Also, the more cards we upgrade manually, the more likely Lessons Learned is to upgrade the whole deck. Because sometimes even with Lessons Learned in Act 1, you do end up with like a couple of cards missing. I don't think we're going to try and save Lessons Learned in this fight, but I also don't think we're going to use it right now. Just, it only does 1 more damage than Strike, and I'd rather Fit of Prey in. Okay. Be nice to fit in a Foresight, but we have to change his stance, or change his thing. Which means we're not going to go into Calm this turn. That's scary. We have Tranquility coming up and Insight, so we'll have an exit next turn if we need it. Also Foresight. I kind of like the 2 defense. I guess there's 4 defense, so we're going to draw 2 either way. Maybe I want to play 3 defense. Sig for 20. 3 defense and stay in Wrath is somewhat tempting, but I think probably no. So I think we want 2 defense and exit. We can signature move then exit. Does 80 damage. Yeah, okay. Just hold the Insight. Thwap. I miscalculated my energy. I have to restart the fight. Whoops. I'm so used to being a 4 energy watcher because I do boss relic swaps every time. Sometimes I make mistakes. Okay. How did we mess that up? Okay, so if we want to play Signature Move, because Tranquility is unupgraded, we have to play Signature Move, then Tranquility. And we take 14. We take 14, he takes 80. That seems like a reasonable trade to me. Now we have to skip Prey. Here's a weird line. We could dupe pot Prey right now to go into Divinity. Which exits, and then we could, like, double defend strike. Or I guess strike vigilance. We could probably try and save the dupe pot frac too. We're probably not going into Wrath mode this turn. So I'll just get rid of the flurry. We want to triple defend this turn, so I'll double defend and then Insight for shuffle. And hopefully draw another defend. There it is. Probably want to go into Wrath mode this turn. Actually, that's not possible, is it? No, it's not. Well. If we can't go into Wrath mode, we're probably not splitting him. I guess if we keep Flurry, we can get Flurry Strike Signature Move, which splits him. Alright, let's go for that. A little bit bold. Yeah, we didn't get it. Okay. That's fine. We can just, like, Flurry, Vigilance, Prey, and then Divinity next cycle. We could actually get Divinity next turn. It's not tremendously unlikely. Alright, hey, there it is. Okay, so we have to Erupt and then Pray if we want a signature move while we're in Divinity, which is super awkward. But it's okay, because this is going to be lethal, so whatever. Bonk. A Cultist Potion. Well, we're got some really nice potions. We're well set up there. Vault is one of the best cards in the game. Deus Ex Machina and Brilliance are here too. This is a good Brilliance deck. We are doing Divinity stuff, theoretically. It would take some convincing to convince me not to take Vault, though. And I don't think Brilliance is quite up to it. Deus Ex Machina is kind of nice. We are a 3 energy deck, which is a little bit scary. But we're probably about to become a 4 energy deck. We can take Sozu really easily, too, with these potions. Those are, like, heart-killing potions. Like, those are super good. So I'm very comfortable holding those for the rest of the game if we have to. No Sozu. There's a runic pyramid being offered. Really helps set up lessons learned. Really harmful for signature move. It's not like super harmful. We just kind of have to like distort our deck around having few enough attacks that we can like go into Divinity, play all the attacks and a signature move. Runic Pyramid decks are so good. We also have Foresight, so we're a little bit resistant to the like Runic Pyramid wounds interaction, where you just like lose the game because your hand gets full of wounds. We can peel those out of there. Other options are Ectoplasm and Tiny House. These are some of the worst boss relics. So, one of the best, probably like top 2 boss relics. In the context of like picking them from an actual boss. It's like Runic Pyramid and like Snecko Eye. And then like the worst ones are like Ectoplasm, Tiny House, and like Sacred Bark and Busted Crown and stuff. Sorry for a Snecko, there's no Snecko here. Yeah, I think we're grabbing Runic Pyramid. A little bit scary to be a 3 energy Runic Pyramid deck as well. But we do have Violet Lotus, so should be able to get some energy out of Calm exits. We do have the upgraded Eruption as well, so it's a little bit less likely to get stuck in our hand. And Vault and Lessons Learned are just so good. And Prey. Yeah, alright. Well, that's a pretty good act. I like it. Probably want to go to a store, get some money. The only early store forces us into a Mega Elite, which is maybe okay. Only 2 elites in the act if we do that. We could get 3 going here. We could get 2 if we start with one of these 3 and go here. Probably want to plan on trying to get 3. Oof, that's tough though. It's a lot of hallway fights before the first elite. Yeah, Talia, that's kind of what I was talking about. It's with a 3 energy deck, Runic Pyramid is going to fill up our hand. That's just, we're not going to get to draw 5 cards a turn. That's kind of just how it is. And Ansbana, why everyone likes Snecko Eye? It kind of takes the decision-making away from you, isn't it? Kinda. So the most important decisions you make in a Slay the Spire run are the card rewards that you pick. And you still get to make those decisions. Snecko does remove some of the like turn-by-turn sort of tactical decision-making, because it just says like, this Flurry of Blows is unplayable, it costs 3, you would never pay 3 for this. But it keeps the most important decision-making intact, and it gives you like, in exchange for that lack of tactical power, it gives you a tremendous amount of just like raw card power, right? Because you draw 2 more cards a turn, and that's a lot. So maybe we are just fighting 2 elites. Maybe we'll go do the Mega. I really don't like this path. This looks hard. 4 fights, and then an elite. It's an involuntary elite too, so if we get beaten up by like a snake plant, like this could be a fight too. If we do 5 fights and then an elite, we're probably dead. Which can't happen over here. But we can get like Strength Book of Stabbing over here. So that's no picnic either. Yeah, unlikely mount. Yeah, so that's part of the power of Snecko Eye as well, is that it can also decost things. I don't think that's like a huge emphasis generally. Picking all of the 3 energy cards is not really the way to play Snecko Eye. But it is good. Yeah, both routes are risky, the 3 elite route and the Mega Elite route, in roughly the same proportion. We get an extra question mark on the Mega Elite route. Right, yeah. Right, the cost randomization is a downside for Snecko Eye. So, like, if you pick really expensive cards, it feels like it's an upside, but it's not really. Yeah. There are times when you just pick all the really expensive cards, right? Like if you're playing Silent and you're just like Wraith Form and Bullet Time and whatever, like Storm of Steel, right? Like those are all good, expensive cards with Snecko Eye. I think you'd struggle to find a Silent card that's expensive that isn't good with Snecko Eye pretty much all the time. But like with Defect, there's a lot of expensive cards that are like, too valuable. Although there's also Meteor Strike, so, you know, your mileage may vary. I want to take this route. Is that ever possible? Got extra fire over here. Yeah, that gets 3 extra fires, which is pretty important. It also does 4 question marks, 2 here and 2 here. Question marks are pretty good. I guess we wouldn't be super excited about bites, because it would add 2 attacks to the deck, which makes the signature move a little worse. The signature move is already sort of struggling to keep up with the runic pyramid here. If we have all the attacks in hand, and we go into Divinity, can we play all of them? So it's like, we play Eruption and then Divinity. So we would go from 3 to 2 to 1 energy, then back up to 4. And we play 3 strikes, and we don't have 1 left for signature move. So if we started in Calm, we could do it. But if we don't start in Calm, we can't. So I think we probably don't want bites. Apparitions are really good with Runic Pyramid. Once you get them upgraded, and we get them upgraded pretty much for free with Lessons Learned. Once you get them upgraded, just like having an on-demand intangible in hand is absolutely insane. So I think there's really like 3 pickable routes here. The hard one with 3 elites and 4 early hallway fights. Get our Mega Elite done, go to an early shop, and get more question marks. So that's a 4 question mark route as well. Get 2 elites. And then there's the 4 question mark route that only does 2 elites and gets extra fires. The far right route is the most conservative because all the extra fires, so we're like very unlikely to die. But it doesn't hit a shop, and we have 300 gold. Is there any way we hit a late shop? The only late shops are here, so we'd have to skip an elite to get one. I don't think we're doing that. An elite and a fire. So yeah, it's this shop or nothing. I don't feel terrible skipping a shop for the whole act. The value of money does also go up over the course of the run, because you can find like a career and stuff. But at the same time, you want to spend your resources as soon as you can to snowball. And I think that's a way more important factor than the marginal value of gold due to courier. I think I'm going to take the right route. I'm just afraid of this being Strength Book of Stabbing. This is a really promising run, and I just don't want to get murdered. I guess we have a Lizard Tail. Yeah, we can't really lose the run to Strength Book of Stabbing, right? You know what? We've got a big old 80 damage signature move. I think we can take him. All right, let's do the Mega Elite route. Talk myself into it. All right. Well, this sucks. Darn. I guess we hold these, because currently they're just hitting armor. We could play Strike just to get it out of the hand, though. We are about to draw 1,000,000 cards, because we're going to draw 3 from Centennial Puzzle. Why is Vault viable if you have Scry 3? I don't see the interaction between Vault and Scry here, Natan, that you're referencing. Vault is super good. Okay, I'm gonna Strike just to get it out of hand. Yikes. Yeah, Strength Book of Stabbing is no joke. He's scary. Vigilance seems like a good way to block this turn. Stay out of trouble. How will you use Vault if you only have 3 energy? So there's a number of things that can happen, like per turn you take. So like this Cultist Pot, for example, would tick an additional time. It's not all just about card draw. Card draw is nice though. Oof. Signature move Lessons Learned is not... I didn't think about that. That's really bad. Because we're never going to play the signature move unless we're giving up on Lessons Learned in the fight. Yikes. I feel fine giving up on Lessons Learned in like a Strength Book of Stabbing fight. But that really hurts. Is this the go turn? Do we like Flurry, Tranquility, Flurry, Eruption, Flurry, Lessons Learned signature move? Or maybe just like Insight, play some strikes. Yeah, I think we need to clear out some hand space, if nothing else. The first person is the Duke Pot, so you can play a card twice. We might be going back to Calm here. We could just Vault. Yeah, let's just Vault. Well, Vault does lose us our armor, but we're going to be able to block him out anyway. No, I guess I'll save Vault. So I'm actually not going to play the Flurry of Blows here. Well, so the explanation I was going to give is I'm not going to play Flurry of Blows because we're about to shuffle, and I'd rather have Flurry of Blows in my hand so that we don't have to draw it again. But he is shields down right now, and we could take a plated armor off with Flurry of Blows. I think that's probably worth it. Do we want Strike? It is a Strike Plus. Yeah, okay. Defense only block for 3. We can just like Flurry Vault, draw some new cards. That also makes our Frail wear off. Yeah, let's do that. Vigilance is good. I think we want Vigilance. Actually, we can control what we're drawing pretty precisely here. If we pick Eruption, do we win? I think there's a good chance we do. Oh wait, we're only drawing... We have 3, 6, 7 cards in hand, so we're only drawing 3. So we should get rid of 2 here to guarantee what we're drawing. We are in Calm right now. Right? Yeah, we're in Calm. So Eruption, Strike, Strike Plus. It's 21 plus 18 is 39. Plus another 12 is 51. Plus Lessons Learned is 20. So that should be lethal. Okay. Plus the Flurry. Cool. Got ourselves a Strike Plus. There's an Inner Piece. It seems great. We need ways to enter Calm because of Violet Lotus. I don't think we're ever skipping Inner Piece. Consecrate and Just Lucky are fine, primarily because they cost 0, and we just picked a Runic Pyramid. But Inner Piece costs -2, so if we're picking the cheapest card, we should pick Inner Piece. Weak Pot's nowhere near as good as these. Well, that first fight did not inspire confidence there. Might be in a little bit of trouble here. Let's just go ahead and try and blow up Chosen. We're always going to strike. So we need to do 22 damage before we can Lessons Learned. But we only have Flurry. We could just Lessons Learned now and take the signature move lethal next turn. Yeah, we've drawn past all of our damage, unfortunately. So I think we're going to skip an upgrade in this fight. What the wiki means when they say that the Shelled Parasite gets stunned when he loses all armor, they mean when he loses all of his plated armor. So only the first time isn't super meaningful, because he only has one round of plated armor. I think Conclude and Flying Sleeves are both bad. Conclude gets stuck in our hand, and with signature move. Actually, wait, is that true? That's not true at all. It fights with Vault a little bit, but Conclude is really good. We should probably pick Conclude. Especially since this is Act 2, and this could be like Plated Armor Slavers or something. Having a big AoE attack like Conclude is really nice. Divinity Conclude is a great solution for Act 2. Yeah, I almost totally slept on this Conclude because of some imagined interaction between Conclude and Signature Move. Like, you can't play them on the same turn, but that doesn't mean you can't play the Signature Move, because the Signature Move is going to stay in hand because of the Pyramid. So I guess, like, Signature Move and Conclude are normally an anti-combo, but in the presence of Runic Pyramid, that goes away. So we're going to grab the Conclude. Darn, we've got 2 potions when our potion slots are blocked up. That's unfortunate. We can, like, Tranquility, Eruption, Double Strike, Vigilance, I believe. This goes down to 2 energy, this goes down to 1, and then up to 4, 3, 2, 0. Yeah. Yeah, Signature Move is having some troubles here. Aha, it's playable this turn. So we will, like, Flurry, Signature, Defend. Take 5. Set up Lessons Learned. Seems great. We didn't draw it. Okay, so we have to, like... He's gonna weaken us, it doesn't matter. We just have to play enough cards that we draw the Lessons Learned. Bonk. Yeah, we could have vaulted, that's true. Pressure Points, Sanctity, and Third Eye. Third Eye looks pretty good. Let's see, how many defensive tools do we have? None, right? We've not picked a single defensive card. We've got some skills, Prey, Inner Peace, and Tranquility, but none of them block. Vault is kind of a defensive tool. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with Third Eye being our first block card. Okay, and into the shop. There's our Fear No Evil, and a Prostrate, and an Apotheosis. Actually, don't really need Apotheosis because of Lessons Learned. That's probably worse than skip, or not an efficient use of money, I guess, is the shop analog of worse than skip. Is there anything we want to line up with Forethought? We could use Forethought to get Lessons Learned out of hand so that Signature Move is playable. That's kind of a Galaxy Brain pick. I don't know if I'm... I don't know if that actually works. Forethought Plus is kind of a solution to wounds. Kind of not, though. I probably want to do a card remove. Can we afford Prostrate, Fear No Evil, card remove, Forethought? This costs 106, plus 75 is 181. Yes, we certainly can. It'd be nice to not be at 20. The only solution for that at this shop is the strawberry. If we pick Fear No Evil, do we need a Crescendo? We have quite a few ways of entering Calm at this point. We've got a Vigilance, Tranquility, Inner Peace, and Fear No Evil. And only one way of entering Wrath. The Eruption. Here's kind of a wild idea. What about Rushdown? We have Violet Lotus, so, like, we can... If we're doing Calm Wrath stuff, Rushdown can be quite an engine. Tantrum is nice. We don't need it. Not a very good shop. What are you talking about? There's a Fear No Evil here. Okay, Fear No Evil is definitely getting picked. I think card remove is always happening. So then we've got 194 left. Which I think is going to be like Rushdown, Crescendo, Prostrate. Pretty unusual that you like buy out the cards in the shop. Follow-up honestly isn't bad either. Cost 0. Helps reduce the cost of the deck a little bit. That is a reasonable point. Potion Belt is pretty good here. Our potion chance is down to 20%. So it doesn't pay off like immediately, and we're probably using at least one of these potions in the Mega Elite fight. So I think I'm no on Potion Belt, but it is an interesting idea. Hey, Snail Crazy. Alright, give me all you got. Very weird shop. Usually the choice here is Mutagenic Strength. Mutagenic Strength is super strong. We're not really like a big explosive turn 1 deck. Maybe this is a Jaxed deck. 0 cost stuff with Runic Pyramid. We did just pick a Rushdown. So picking 0 cost stuff is more important than ever. We could transform 2 strike pluses. Yeah, I think I'll just take the Mutagenic Strength. I don't think this is right. This just makes us bleed health that we don't need to lose, and this is hitting only strike pluses, which are actually pretty okay. All right, I think we need to rest here. Seems like a pretty obvious rest. Upgrades have low marginal value because of lessons learned. Alright, this is a really good outcome. The huge attack on turn 1 is not super appreciated, but... we can use lessons learned to kill Mad Gremlin. Strike lessons learned kills him. It's a little bit rough to lose the lessons learned. No, and it's spawn that. They're not. Unless you transform them with Astrolabe, which always upgrades the cards that it transforms. The only like property of the original cards that gets transferred to the new cards is if the original cards were curses, the new cards are also curses. So you can't use transforms to get rid of curses. I mean, you can, but you can like ideally change like a normality into a injury or something, but that's... You're in trouble if you're doing that. Nope, rarity doesn't matter. If you do like a Pandora's box, oftentimes your like strikes and defends will end up turning into rare cards. Good morning, 6-2. Do we ever, like, dupe pot to defend here? No. Dupe pot needs to get more than 5 health worth of value. So Lessons Learned Strike does block for more than defend here. It blocks for 8, whereas defend only blocks for 5. Yeah, we could remove the Lessons Learned. Or the signature move. It has had some problems. But I think signature move, like, it's really good in Act 1 and then also in Act 4, kind of weirdly. So, like, in Act 1, you can just use it to, like, trivialize fights. And just, like, nuke a sentry from orbit. But then in Act 4, you start, like, going into Divinity every turn. And signature move starts doing 120 damage. That's true, we can save the Lessons Learned and dupe pot this strike. Good point. He's hitting us for 27. I think we're using the cultist pot in this fight. And skipping the dupe pot this turn. This does not get an upgrade because the Mad Gremlin has the minion tag. Painful turn. Alright, we can, like, rush down Inner Peace, Eruption, conclude. Maybe draw a signature move. We're going to end this turn with conclude, so Flurry doesn't need to hit Shield Gremlin. Do we do a defend before we conclude? It does not draw an extra card, but it does get a hit card out of hand. Yeah, I think we've got more defense than we need right now. Let's see. We could, like, Third Eye Insight to shuffle. We kind of want to draw a signature move, though. I guess we can draw a signature move and shuffle. If we get lucky, if Third Eye sees only these 3 cards, excuse me, then we can Third Eye Insight to draw signature move and to shuffle. I kind of wanted to shuffle because I thought I was going to Fear No Evil to put Flurry of Blows in hand. Doesn't seem like that's quite as good as I thought. These cards aren't too bad. I don't really need to Third Eye right now. Alright, let's see what Third Eye wants to do. It is actually the last card. Okay. Well, I'll do it then. Oh, actually, we can't change stances. Because Fear No Evil doesn't change stances, and Crescendo doesn't either. Oh well. Alright, should set up for lethal next turn. I guess he's gonna have armor, but probably still lethal. We don't want 2 attacks, but 1 is fine. Pretty sure this is lethal. We did forget about the card draw from Rushdown, disrupting signature move. We got through it. Only 3 strength, so kind of wasted that cultist spot. Wasn't really necessary. Nirvana's a no. I don't think we need a second Third Eye right now. Pressure Points is surprisingly good in this type of deck. We've got a lot of card draw and scry and stuff, so just 1 copy of Pressure Points plus could actually do quite a bit of damage. It's a good way of scaling against bosses who don't cleanse particularly, like the heart. But I think we probably already got our scaling plan, so we got Prostrate and Pray. And those basically have the same plan, right? Because you want to, like, sort of turbo draw and play Pray repeatedly to get into Divinity. So I think we're done. Keep picking these. We could pick a third eye after we, like, remove some defense. I guess we don't need... normally I'm pretty excited about Warp Tongs, but since we have the Lessons Learned, probably going to end up with most of the deck upgraded at some point. Although I need to actually be, like, landing my Lessons Learned, not skipping it. So I think we're just going to Forge here. Conclude's got a big upgrade. Vault is an upgrade we need. Rushdown gets decosted, so does Tranquility and Crescendo. Third Eye gets a couple extra cards of Scry. I think we're taking Conclude. It's really good in Act 2, so... Matryoshka or Sapphire Key is an option. Yeah, I think there's probably enough time for Matryoshka to pay off. If we perfect this fight, are we going to fight this elite? I think the answer is probably yes, but it's a little scary. We can rush down Crescendo, draw some cards. Or we can just, like, rush down, strike, conclude. Conclude does 38 damage. Strike would do 24, so we can actually just kill the ball right now. Get that Lessons Learned. Just Tranquility blocks here, so I'll Tranquility. Save the Vault. There's Lessons Learned. Cool. Alright, well, we did perfect it. Ooh, man, a second Pressure Points plus? Gosh. If I picked both of those, then we'd have a very different plan now. How do we feel about Empty Body? We have got quite a few Stand Centers. A Tranquility and a Crescendo, Fear No Evil, Inner Peace, the basic ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 enters, if you don't count the mantra cards. An exit could be pretty helpful just to, like, exit Wrath and go back in to draw more cards. Or also to exit Calm, obviously, to get energy. We have a Fear No Evil and a Inner Peace. So being able to pair one of those up with an empty something. Empty Mind is the best one, but Empty Body's fine. Empty Body's probably the worst empty card. Empty Fist has got a crazy upgrade. But I'm not saying no to an empty card, I don't think. It doesn't really have to be Empty Mind. With Rushdown, we have quite a bit of draw. And we do need more defensive tools. It's really just this third eye still. We do have a Defend Plus now, so that's nice. This gets 10 on the upgrade? Yeah. Not amazing. Deus Ex Machina's here too. If we're getting a bunch of card draw, Deus Ex Machina is a way to gain energy too. I think the question Deus Ex Machina is asking us is how like stuck does our hand feel? Because if our hand feels stuck, Deus Ex Machina is really helpful for like getting us unstuck. And that's a very interesting question. I don't know how stuck our hand feels. We feel pretty stuck when we get like Lessons Learned and Signature Move at the same time. I think this is worth it. It's less of a suspicious pick than empty body as well. Empty body's not a good card. Alright. I clicked on a Book of Stabbing. He's trying to murder us. Flurry should happen. This is a pretty good fight for Liquid Bronze, so we'll do that too. And it seems like we need to vault right now. Okay. So now we're mostly blocked out. Yeah, Empty Body's good. I think it's probably the weakest of the empty cards is my only problem with it. And the other empty cards are also commons. Except Empty Mind's an uncommon for some reason. So by not picking it, we're kind of saving a spot for the other ones. I think it's just like Foresight, Prey, Conclude here. Unless we're trying to save the Conclude for Wrath mode. Nah. We are not in Calm. So it's hard to use Rushdown to draw too many cards. So I think we'll skip that and the Defend minus. Oh, I guess Rushdown would have been good. I guess, actually, if we'd picked the Rushdown, we wouldn't have drawn the Eruption, so... That's Slay the Spire for you. Prostrate's always happening. And I think we just need to block here, so like Defend and Third Eye. Blocks for 15. So we end up taking 2. And we can go into Calm with Fear No Evil. Vigilance next turn is actually going to be pretty good because we've got the Crescendo, so I'm going to leave all these. He's doing the big attack, which is pretty convenient. Alright, so what are we doing this turn? Eruption takes us up to 5 energy. Probably want to save 2 for Vigilance at the end. It would be nice to play Signature move. So I think that means no Deus Ex, but Strike and Interpiecer, yes. Okay. Start with Eruption. Do some damage. And then like Inner Piece, Flurry, Crescendo, Flurry. Lessons learned? Is that good enough? It sets up for lethal next turn. I would like to get a Lessons learned proc in the fight if we can. Yeah, it sure is awkward. I think we're gonna blow the Crescendo here for extra energy so that we can play Vigilance and both Defends. And shuffle hard to try to get more damage. No Flurry here because we don't want to redraw it. These are both good. Maybe I should have skipped the Tranquility. Prostrate does not put us into Divinity. Let's draw some cards. This seems bad. We can't play Conclude and then Lessons Learned. We need to survive this turn. He's doing 35. We are at 13. I like how Stone Calendar has never gone off this run so far. We do have Lizard Tail, so we're not dying here. Prostrate Defend is only 9 block. So we'd go to 22, and he would kill us on the 4th attack. So we'd go to half health -7. Half health is 34 minus 7 is... That's true, we could dupe the prostrate. Great point. Is that lethal with a lessons learned proc? I'll do it if it gets a lessons learned proc. So I think the max damage would be dupe prostrate, strike, fear no evil, lessons learned. Unless lessons learned is more damage. We could fear no evil before Divinity too. So strike would do... Yeah, doing it before is reasonable. So it does 8, so triple it is 24. Triple this is 39. 39 minus 24 is 15. And 15 is greater than 13, so yeah, you're correct. We do 2 more damage if we fear no evil before. We can't play signature move with conclude in hand. So if we do prostrate, strike does 27, and then... Okay, so we fear no evil first, so it's 8 plus 27 is 35 plus the 39. It is lethal. Okay. Sure. Yeah, it's like not even close, right? Because lessons learned is like almost lethal by itself. Yeah, I forgot about the flurry blows. We read the Book of Stabbing. He taught us a lesson. Daviform, Pray, and Study. Daviform seems great for a sort of 3 energy deck that's like struggling to turbo and draw a bunch of cards. But Pray is the card we're trying to draw the most, right? Yeah, Divinity in 1 cycle is nice. Actually, wait, does it? Yeah, because it's... No, actually it doesn't. We go up to 9 in 1 cycle, because 4 plus 3 plus 2 is 9. But if we upgraded either Prey or Prostrate, it would be. Yeah. I don't really care if it's 1 cycle. As long as... like, since we have a rushdown loop, it doesn't really... a rushdown combo, I guess I'll call it. Oh yeah, we've played Vault like 3 times. Vault has had some really big turns already. We played Vault on turn 1 of that fight. It blocked for like 14. I don't really care if we Divinity in 1 cycle as long as we're able to do it. And I don't want to bog down the deck too much with like a bunch of copies of Prey. But also, going into Divinity is really good. I think Daviform's the pick here. Not because Prey isn't good, but because Daviform is good, right? We already have a Prey, so the thing that we do with this, we're kind of already doing, but the Daviform is a whole new bag of chips. Daviform makes Vault a lot better too, because we start ticking up our energy really quickly. Yeah, let's look at Daviform. Okay, cool. I think we need to rest here for our fight with Champ. Oh, we have Dreamcatcher now. Halt is super, super good. Halt is like weirdly good. Especially in decks that go in and out of Wrath. Like, blocking for 16 for 0 is so busted. Also, if you have any decks, it applies it twice, which is a card that like almost no other Slay the Spire cards have. The only other deck scaling cards are like the Silent card that blocks for 2 turns, and the Watcher card that like generates another Deceive Reality, I think. Deceive Reality. Because it's 2 cards, so they both block. But Halt is the only single card, single turn deck scaling card at the whole game. Which is nuts. Okay, let's grab one. Neat. And let's go look for apparitions. No. We can rush down the eruption and look for help. What are we finding that's helpful? Like inner peace. We're just like creating a problem and then solving it. If we play eruption here, I guess it lets us halt, but that's a negative health proposition there, because halt gives us 9 additional. That's true. Reinforced Body is a 1 turn, 1 card deck scaling card. It's very expensive compared to halt though. You have to pay at least 2 to get that property. Or I guess like Reinforced Body with Chemical X is like basically as good as halt is, but that's insane, right? Because Reinforced Body is an uncommon, and Chemical X is like a build around. And halt is just a lowly common, just slots into your deck. Halt is so nuts. Well, this is unfortunate. Okay, best case scenario for rush down the eruption is like fear no evil. Oh, what about like Deus Ex Machina Vault? That would be really good. Yeah, so there's some pretty good outcomes. I think most outcomes are bad though. If it's just like defend, prostrate. I mean, you say it's cheating, but Slay the Spire is basically built around cheating, right? Like you have to cheat to win within the boundaries of the rule set. If you just play it straight, the heart's gonna kill you. That's what he's there for. So if we rush down the eruption and don't find a miracle, then halt is blocking for 12. We're taking 28 plus 18. That seems really bad. That's 46 damage. So that kills us. And the outs are not... There's not a lot of them. It's pretty much just like Deus Ex Machina Vault. So I guess we just develop Rushdown, play this strike, and hold halt for when the eruption makes it good. So like, what I mean by cheating within the confines of the game is like, a lot of times when you win, you have like infinite stuff, right? You have a Corruption Dead Branch, or you have like, you know, 1,000 armor with Entrench or something, right? Like you usually break the game in the same way that Chemical X Reinforced Body breaks the game. Is learning from streamers cheating? Probably. If you ask the Slay the Spire monsters, I think they would say yes. I think we're just going to play Day Before this turn. We don't draw very much, but we already blocked out. I guess actually there's some value here to like toggling in and out of Wrath. I mean, yeah. So okay. So because I'm the streamer, I have the microphone, right? And so I responded to Unlikely Mao saying Chemex Reinforced Body is cheating. So I sort of like took his cheat word, and I was like, well, if that's cheating, then you have to cheat to win, right? But now the experience for most of the people in chat is that I said something sort of inflammatory, which is like, you have to cheat to win. But like, yes, like you're all right. It's not literally cheating. It's just how you win. Because the things that I say are louder than the things the chat says. You remember a stupid run where you never saw any good card and built every deck with Nurlies, healed up to full off the Birdface urn, took it to the heart and died. Yeah, that'll happen. It's easy with decks that have sources of marginal healing like Birdface urn to convince yourself that you're doing really well, because you end every fight with full health and you're like, not a problem, right? I'll just bite you till I'm to full health. And then the heart's like, yeah, but do you scale fast enough to actually win? And you're like, oh, no, I don't. I kind of like just Tranquility, Eruption, Halt, and hopefully Signature Move. Oh, I guess not hopefully Signature Move, that can't happen. Fine, I'll just play Dave Farm. Alright, so now we're gonna do stuff. Okay, so let's just end with, like, Prey Vault here. And hopefully we can set up a Lessons Learned on Centurion next turn. Don't need that energy. This looks like a lot of card draw. Nobody's attacking, actually, so I'll just stay in Wrath. And that's exactly enough for Lessons Learned. Bonk. And then we can just off Mystic. Okay. Crush Joints is nice. Yeah. 4 defense, Smoothstone, and Warp Tongs. How did you get to the heart with no other sources of block? Surely you must have had, like, Frost Orbs or like, genetic algorithm or something, right? Let's see. This deck's getting a little bit unwieldy. Crush Joints feels good because we do Divinity stuff and we want to multiply our damage by 4.5 rather than 3. Talia, that's not a confession at all. That's fine. This game's very hard, so I don't think I would even really focus on heart kills if you're 40 hours in. Actually, wait, sorry. What Ascension are you on, Talia? Because I think climbing Ascensions teaches you more about the game than killing the heart. Killing the heart on low Ascensions is like, I guess killing the heart on low Ascensions is still pretty instructive about how to get better. I think we're gonna skip the Crush Joints. I don't think it's impactful enough. We don't really need to multiply our damage by 4.5 to win with this deck, I don't think. I think we're just doing rushdown stuff. Long term. So I think we're skipping here. Okay. Aha! We found the apparitions. Yeah, so I think I would just focus on getting wins with to climb Ascensions, because that's like a nice, consistent way to feel progress. But killing the heart, like you, in case you don't know, you don't have to kill the heart to get to the next Ascension. You don't need the keys at all. And taking the keys makes you less likely to win, right? Because it costs you resources to take the keys. So I would recommend just trying to focus on the basics and get wins. Kill the Act 3 boss, and don't worry about Act 4 yet. I mean, obviously, you play the game in the way that's fun for you. But the way I played it was like, I don't care about doing the extra bonus victory. I just want the standard victory, since getting to the next Ascension is like the most obvious way to progress your save state. I said I wanted apparitions. Is it true? It is true. We have Lessons Learned and Pyramid, so this is really good. It does cost us a little bit of health. I was going to heal the campsite, and so this basically cost us half of our campsite value. But I think it's worth it. Okay. Study Indignation and Bowling Bash. Indignation is plus. Huh. The second biggest difficulty spike is Ascension 1 to Ascension 2. Is that true? What about Ascension 9 to Ascension 10? That's a big one. Ascension 15 is surprisingly impactful. Getting 3 apparitions instead of 5 is a huge deal. Also, all of 17, 18, and 19 are super tough. I don't remember exactly what Ascension 2 does, though. But difficulty spikes are difficult to think about, because, like, I can't tell you which one of these Ascension modes is the hardest, because, like, I have gotten several Ascension 20 heart kills, right? Like, I have gotten past these Ascensions. So it's really hard for me to look back and say which one was the hardest to learn. I can only tell you which one impacts my win rate the most now. But it's interesting that you're saying Ascension 1 to Ascension 2. I wouldn't have considered that. What do other people think the most impactful Ascension is? 15, 16, 17, 17, 18, yeah. What does Lagavulin do before Ascension 18? Does it do like 15 damage or something? You're on Ascension 13, the biggest spike was 7 to 8. Huh. Interesting. That's fascinating. As a game developer, this is gold right now. Everybody tell me your opinions. I want to know. Indignation's surprisingly good. There was a gifted sub? I didn't get a notice. Oh, you're saying that you were gifted a sub. Yeah, I don't remember exactly which round of it. I think Redbeardy was the most recent one to give out gifted subs, and he did it when we did the You Are Nothing achievement. So you may have Redbeardy to thank. I'm not sure, but enjoy your emotes. So Indignation gives us that like multiplied by 4.5 flavor. Yeah, you're right, Mountaineer or Mountaineer. But that notification would have happened a long time ago. It's sometime in the past month. I guess I could scroll back theoretically, but oh yeah, it was Pixelnoise. There we go. I can see it. It was 17 days ago. Pixelnoise FM gifted you a sub, Carly, so you can thank Pixelnoise. Yeah, Pixelnoise is great. There's a bunch of really great people in the Slay the Spire community, but Pixelnoise has been so kind, coming in here and hanging out, taking the little mod sword and wielding it with righteous fury. Helping me welcome people to Vegetable Patch. Really appreciate it. Sorry, what's happening now? Okay, so Indignation helps us multiply by 4.5, which is nice. It also just is another Wrath Enter, which might just be good enough to pick it. We are trying to do rushdown stuff, and currently our only consistent Wrath Enter is Eruption. Crescendo exhausts after the first use. You think Ascension 15 is kind of a sneaky difficulty spike? Yeah, no, I think, yeah, 15 is a big one. Especially the apparition change. Jesus, from 5 to 3 is so brutal. Honestly, I think that you should get 4 apparitions on high Ascensions. I turned down the crush joints, but Indignation does more of what the deck wants to do, which is stance changing. If we had like a mental fortress, I would want an Indignation, but maybe it's not that important. We already have quite a bit of Wrath Enter with Crescendo and Eruption. You know what? I think I will take it. I think it's good enough. It's the 30th card, though. This is a tough one. It's definitely no Tantrum, but it's not bad either. I'll grab it. It says plus on it. Alright, I guess we're blowing some apparitions right away. Can he attack next turn? I think he can. Alright, let's just blow both. Slapped in the face. Oof. Well, I guess we're using this apparition just to extend for a turn. Yeah, Indignation's kind of a weird card. I don't have like super strong feelings about it. I think we're gonna use it right here though. I don't think we're going to try and learn a lesson in this fight, because that would prevent us from playing signature move. So I think we're just going to do it right now. Although I guess we could... No, Third Eye Strike is like spending a defensive resource for next turn. Although we don't need to defend next turn, but whatever. Let's just get this out of hand. Okay. Attacking for 1, what a weakling. Alright, let's just get Foresight and Prey set up. And get Strike out of hand. I guess we'll play Third Eye to block for 1. Set up for next turn. Signature move is coming. He's also fine. Do we still think they're all fine if we see Deva form? Yes. Let's play Deva form. And pass. Alright. What are we doing this turn? He's hitting for 54, but that means 27. If we're not in Wrath. We have Interpiece to exit Wrath. No Frail. And no way of removing Vulnerable. So this blocks for 13. Seems like we probably just want to like... Oh, we can't play Signature Move Vault. We still only have 4 energy. So we do like this. We want the block cards. Okay, so Halt blocks for a bunch. And we'll exit Wrath. And block out. Easy. Let's go ahead and get that strike out of hand. We've got Signature Move here, so he's kind of getting blocked up. And we've got 6 cards in hand, so we'll go ahead and use the Flurry of Blows. Alright, he is attacking again. Signature Move will probably be active if we get rid of the strike. Oh, the last card is Fear No Evil. We have 5 energy, and we need to play Rushdown. We still don't want strike, though. Okay. Ooh, B-Mod's in the playtest. Oh, whoever claims it first. Quick! Begin your types. Who's claiming B-Mod's playtest? The tension is building. Keyboards around the country are rattling. Nobody's claiming it. How much does it pay? I don't pay people to play test. You're paying me in bread bucks. Man, nobody's claiming it. This is disappointing. Monty Python has paid for their own. Monty Python, you could have had it for free, but I'll put you on the list. Let's see if I get your exact name. I don't think I guess so I know that you can refund channel points because I read an article that Twitch put out where they said they changed something and they like obliquely referenced that you can refund things, and I was like, oh crap, I've never. Oh, is it you? So you just click the reject button? Okay. Man, anybody could just in chat right now just type I want the playtest, and then you're in the list. You just type it. You don't even need the points. BMOD has sponsored somebody. Perhaps there's a lack of understanding. Okay, so let's kill Champ. Let's start with Rushdown. Dunnerway is also in the playtest. Yeah, it is work being eaten. So I appreciate all the people volunteering to do this. All right, FPL Panic. I'm gonna give it to you. Nobody else has claimed it, so you're on the list. All right. And we got Dunnerway in there before you. Welcome everybody to the playtest. Thanks everybody for spending those bread bucks. I really need the playtesters, so I appreciate it. I've got a pretty big backlog, so I need to set up a playtest with Sir Artemal. He's already done several playtests, but I want to like. The problem with like having a big playtest backlog is that like I want to have something new to test every time I playtest with somebody. And making new things to test like takes time. So, all the people who just redeemed playtest rewards, I would appreciate it if you could join the Discord. Save up your points and gift them to podcasters for visibility. Cool. That's big brain. I see. Yeah, so everybody, if you could join the Discord, then I would appreciate that, because that's how I like reach out to people, and that's how we actually do the playtest. So if you're on that makes it a lot easier for me to contact you. So Mountaineer, I'm assuming your name is just Mountaineer. It's like a joke about how J's make Y sounds. So Mountaineer, oh wait, no, it's Mountaineer Jeer. Okay, all right, it's not a joke, but JY sounds. Okay, fine. So Mountaineer Jeer, I'm a game developer, so I'm making a game, and the playtest reward lets you playtest the game with me, so that I can see see how people are reacting to it. It's a sort of roguelike where you're fighting. Every fight is a boss fight. In the universe everyone's like a superhero scale luchador, and you're like a business tycoon entrepreneur person. So you go around like challenging people to fights and taking their companies from them. When someone is more mountain than you, mountaineer. More of a mountaineer. Let's see. We want to play signature move. We have to get Fear No Evil out of hand before we do that. So I guess we Fear No Evil, then Crescendo. And then we can Tranquility to block, or we can just like play Vault. Darn. So now that we have other things, we can't play signature move Vault like the plan was. We can still play Strike signature move, and then we only have 2 energy left. He's hitting for 21. So we'd like defend, prostrate, which blocks for 13, 17, so we take 4. That seems okay. I did my math wrong, so we take 5 more damage than I thought. Okay. I thought our vulnerable was going to wear off, but he reapplied it. His vulnerable wore off. Let's see. Probably don't want strike. We're really struggling to block here. I don't think we want indignation or conclude. We're just trying to survive this turn. We drew back into our miracle. It's not very good. Oh, you clipped my my summary of the game. That's nice. Maybe I should like here. I'm gonna review that clip, and I might make it a command later. Like, what game are you making? Although I do like I do need more practice explaining it, because at some point I have to explain it to like publishers and like make videos about it and stuff. So I really need to understand what the appeal is, how to pitch it to people. Although I don't know if I'm going to do publishers, but still. Alright, let's clear some room in hand and draw some cards. Prey puts us into Divinity. Eruption draws 2 cards, which are Halt, Vigilance. We're also proccing Stone Calendar this turn, so we're splitting him whether we like it or not. So let's try and make it a big split, I guess. Halt seems useful this turn. Sitting for 27 again, so we need to get a little bit more block. We're almost there. Up to 23. Right, exactly. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I like stutter a little bit when I go through it. I'm like, oh, I have so many things I want to say, and then it doesn't end up being super elegant, but I'll get there. Yeah, okay, we can just Vigilance now. Not an amazing split here, but it's okay. I guess I'll hold the Flurry. I would like to play Prey before the reshuffle, but it would put me in Divinity right now, and going into Divinity is pretty important in terms of timing. So I do not want to play that now. I think either Miracle or Flurry of Blows is getting played, so that I can draw 5 cards next turn. I guess I could just Vault, but we've already blocked, so I don't... Vault is a pretty important defensive resource. I think it's probably just Miracle. We don't need energy that much anymore. Okay, so he's not attacking, so get rid of everything except for attacks. And we're probably going into Divinity? I guess Indignation draws some cards. We can like Third Eye to filter those cards. I really wanted to make him vulnerable. I guess we want to hold Divinity until we see Signature move, huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I kind of wish Prey did something more interesting when it upgraded to Prey Plus, versus just getting 1 extra mantra. Okay, let's Third Eye to set up for a big next turn. Their Signature move. Do we want Fear No Evil? Yes, I think we do. And Fear No Evil is going to be our Calm Enter for next turn, so we're going to get rid of some cards that we're not going to need. We could Vault now. It seems kind of silly. If we vault now, we are more likely to draw Eruption, which would be a pretty big deal. We want Eruption Vigilance, then... or Eruption Indignation, and then Divinity, then all this stuff. I think I'll wait for a turn, because then next turn we can exit with Fear No Evil. Oh no, I want to conclude. Yeah, I guess I'll just keep Vault, because it can save our life. I could just play Strike, I guess. That draws us an extra card. We're missing 18 damage, because Strike does 18 extra damage when we're in Divinity. Yeah. Okay. It's better than playing Vault, I think. Well, we've done it now. It's Wrath. We're gonna skip the defend. We're gonna Vault this turn. Good question. I've been focused on optimizing the damage. I haven't actually counted it. But it's gonna be a lot. Alright, so Eruption, Indignation, and then we probably kill him, right? Oh, we can't play Signature Move and Conclude, annoyingly. So it's like, it ends up being just like Strike, Fear No Evil, Vault. Doesn't seem very good. I guess we could just like Vigilance Inner Piece to draw some more cards. Or Tranquility Inner Piece is cheaper. Okay. Well, we've got so much energy, I'm not too worried about that. I want to save the Fear for when we're in Divinity mode. It does more damage. Okay, so it does, this will do 27 plus 50% is an extra 13, so it'll do 40, and then this will do sort of roughly along the lines of that. It's not going to be lethal. I guess, wait, this will do 16 times 3 is what? Oh, this is the 72 thing, right? Where it does 42, right? So 32, okay. 16 times 3 is 42. Half of 42 is 21. 42 plus 21 is 63. I'm not sure where I got the 72 thing. In a previous round, it was doing more. So 63 plus, what was this? 40? It's 103, so it's not lethal. So maybe we try to clear out some of these cards and block. We can't clear out the Conclude though, and then play the Signature Move. Ah man, it's so hard to play Signature Move while in Divinity in this deck. I think maybe it was a mistake to take the Conclude. Well, no, it was good at dealing with Act 2 stuff, but it's making things really awkward for Signature Move. Let's see. We can't draw more cards without Vault. And we can't play Conclude with Vault. So I think we just clear out some hand room and Vault. Okay. So like... these are defensive tools too, though. Can we block for 44? This blocks for 12... 16... No, we definitely can't. How likely are we to get lethal next turn? I'd say pretty unlikely. The extra strike is kind of a big deal. Oh wait, I guess it's not down the chance because we have Foresight. So we can guarantee drawing the Eruption and the strike. So we can't play both Fear No Evil and Eruption while in Wrath, so we can definitely blow the Fear No Evil now. which gets us a hand slot. We need to draw only 2 cards, really. I guess we foresight for 4, so it'd be 3 cards left, so we have to have at least 3 hand slots. We have 3, 6, 8 cards in hand, so if we just vault now, we're guaranteed to draw Eruption Strike. And then we pray, strike, strike. Oh wait, we don't need the Eruption either, because it's just conclude is the end. Gosh darn this conclude. Does Eruption help us block out with Halt? I think blocking out might be the goal here. Bunch of defend pluses and a third eye. I think we have to rely on blocking next turn. Okay. So let's make room for defensive resources and vault. We need that and these. These are probably the best ones. So we need to like block out and play conclude, and then we can pray a signature move and kill him. I think is the plan here. I didn't actually count the block, I hope it's enough. Looks like it is. Okay, so then we get the conclude off, and then next turn we pray a signature move. Assuming we don't redraw conclude. These are fine, so I'll keep them to avoid redrawing something bad. No, there's nothing bad. Okay. Alright, we got there. Ooh, Devotion. Devotion's good, but it can be bad. It can, like, force you into Divinity when you don't want to be. So maybe that's not what we're looking for. We only have 2 retain cards, the Crescendo and the Tranquility, so I don't think we're taking Establishment. If anyone's wondering, Establishment and Pyramid do not interact the way you're thinking. The card has to literally say retain on it for Establishment to decost it, although it is fun to imagine that if it just decosted your entire hand every time. We probably would not take a Meditate. We've got too many end turn effects stacking up. The Conclude and the Vault are fighting a little bit, as well as the what's it called? Signature move. Do we ever take Alpha? So Alpha would do what? I think Alpha's adding a dimension we don't really need to add. We've got a pretty solid thing going on, and 30 cards. So I think it's a Devotion or skip here. Devotion is another Vault proc thing, where we just play Vault and get a benefit. I think Devotion's probably good. The concern with Devotion is that we end up going into Divinity when we don't want to, but I think that in like Act 4 we probably want to be going into Divinity like almost every turn. So just getting more mantra is good. Devotion kind of means like we only have to get 7 mantra per turn to go into Divinity every turn, rather than we have to get 10 every turn, which is quite a bit lower. 7 every turn is just Pray and Prostrate once a turn, so if we can get this down to a deck we can cycle, then Pray and Prostrate is Divinity every turn with a Devotion. I think that's good enough, as long as we get Devotion upgraded and Prostrate upgraded, which is not looking guaranteed. There's a lot of unupgraded cards in here, so this Lessons Learned has got a lot of work to do. We can remove some unupgraded cards. We could remove the Conclude his time is really over, making things uncomfortable. Could pitch a conclude and a defend. I think is probably what I would do. Maybe the conclude and the signature move. Signature move is very hard to play. And if we're really trying to do rushdown loops, we don't technically need either one. Probably we want to keep signature move, I think. How many cards stay in the deck? So these, I guess how many cards leave is the question. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 cards leave. So once we're looping, this is a, what, 17 card deck? Just a little bit larger than we can, like, actually loop, but not tremendously. So this makes it a 15 card deck to loop. Curse Key helps us get started a little bit. It's been tough to be a 3 energy deck, but we've largely gotten over the hump of that now. We've got enough energy interaction cards with the Deviform and the Deus Ex Machina and the, like, all the Divinity enters that we're really not feeling the pinch of 3 energy too much anymore. Plus we have a Matryoshka that we probably want to be opening chests for, so I think Curse Key is going to be a no. Calling Bell could do some good stuff. It also makes our deck size a little bit larger, which is a concern. We are a little bit short on relics here. Let's see, what relics would be really good? We could get, like, the one that makes you start in Calm. That would be a huge deal. We could get the Damaru. That gives you a mantra of return. That'd be really nice. We get, like, strength scaling. You can't get, like, orange pellets or clockwork souvenir to interact with the mutagenic strength. That's always something we're looking out for. The ninja relics. Wait, are you talking about, like, Ninja Scroll? Because that's silent only. We could turn it into a boat. Could get the last 2 critical pieces of the... Oh, Kunai and Shuriken. Yeah, sure. We get one of those 2, because they're both uncommons, and Calling Bell gives you one relic of each rarity. Ornamental, yep, that's true. Are we good with those? We have the Flurry of Blows, so we were planning on doing that kind of stuff, but we didn't actually really follow that up. We haven't really picked, like, any attacks, basically. So I'm not, like, super excited about the Calling Bell, and we've already decided to skip Curse Key. So I think we're taking Empty Cage here and removing Conclude Defend. I won't get a curse. Are you misreading Matryoshka? Because this is not an Omamori. Pretty sure we would get a curse, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, if we weren't getting a curse, very different conversation. We would definitely pick a Calling Bell if we had a Omamori. Alright, let's take the Empty Cage. Alright. Maybe we were supposed to remove Conclude Strike. Maybe we should have thought about that more. Alright, we need to go to a shop. Luckily for us, there are tons of shops. We do have our green key already, so that's convenient. Probably want to go to some question marks to optimize our chances of hitting a chest. This is the last chance for Matryoshka to pay off. 3 elites is nice if we can get it. We could start here and fight these 3. That's a lot of hallway fights, particularly here. 3 hallway fights. I guess it's 2 in the easy pool, but it's more than this path, for example. Yeah, I probably should have gotten rid of a strike instead of a defend. That is true. Can we hit 2 shops? I wouldn't hate doing 2 card removes. I also don't hate this left path with the bonus fire. It's only a 1 elite path, though. But we do need to hit several fires in this act so that we can use one of them to recall. There's no way that I'm aware of to play Slay the Spire on mobile. I believe if you want to be like a hyper nerd, you can like there's Android apps to let you screen share with a desktop PC that you could technically do it. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it is on iOS. It's not on Android. I misread the question. Yeah, it's on iOS, but not Android, unless you're a hyper nerd. But I mean, if you're a hyper nerd, more power to you. Steam Link, sure. Honestly, I think I'm gonna go on this left path. The extra fire this is the only way to get 3 fires in the act. And we need to be able to recall. Otherwise, we have to recall here, one of these, and that's super awkward. Right. Crap. Can we kill this repulsor? 23:30. Nope, short. Drat. Well, might as well enter column, I guess. I should have played strike instead of rush down. Oops. They're not attacking this turn, so I don't need the defense. Guess I don't really need the prostrate either. Oh, was there a flurry in hand? Oh shit, I misplayed. Oops. I think we're gonna strike him to death and then double miracle out the Deva form. Lose the apparition. Terminate into the gulag again. There is an attack coming in. We don't really need Vault right now. Vigilance is gonna block out. Eruption's signature move kills Spiker. We need a block for 13 through some source. And Praise is the only real one. Or Vigilance, rather. Basically just looking for lessons learned at this point. There it is. So we can like Apparition, Eruption, Signature Move, lessons learned, I think. This does 26, this does 9. That's 35 exactly. Cool. Apparition does apply to the Spiker damage return, so we only take 1 damage from Signature Moving. So the Halt will block that. Okay. Empty Body, trying to get back into the deck. No, I'm pretty happy with the Calm Wrath balance. I would like another defensive tool, but not right now. And we're going left, right? Whispering Voices. Madness are pretty interesting. They can hit like Vault or Deva Form. Lessons learned. Signature move. Some good targets. They don't increase the deck size. We do lose 6 current HP, which is quite a bit for the deck. I think we just lose some max HP. Yeah. Okay, that's usually the pick for Winding Halls anyway. Unless we're playing Defect. Alright. Lessons learned is super annoying in this fight. Man, we keep taking damage on turn 1. Hit the one who's buffing. Okay, Apparition blocks out. Frees us up to do Wrath mode stuff. We could do Fear No Evil first, too. Get some extra energy. Seems reasonable. Or we could Tranquility. And end with Fear No Evil. That seems even better. We're trying to kill the one who's strong. Could use this for the vulnerable. Should have put the vulnerable on before I hit him with the whatchamacallit, flurry. But it didn't matter. We have to get rid of a card. I think that's going to be a miracle. I think it's going to be Deva Miracle Apparition Halt. Which draws some cards, develops Deva for him. Alright. Let's see, what do we do here? Probably want to knock him back down. Looks like the only option for that is Lessons Learned. Just too bad. Crescendo draws a couple cards. Vault and Strike are nice. Alright, let's see what those cards are. Oh wait, we can force them. Force it to be Vault, basically. Or Apparition. Okay. There's Vault. I was expecting to get a flurry back. I guess my hand was full. Oops. Let's play Prey so it's in the next shuffle. And fit in a strike. On him? Him before we vault. Alright, now we got an Apparition. So we can just play that. I guess develop some powers. Get those out of hand. And shuffle. Free to Evil knocks him back down. Should have striked first, that was stupid. We could draw Flurry with the Eruption. We can also just go into Divinity right now. If we go to Divinity, can we get a Lessons Learned proc? We can, like, Third Eye defend Inner Peace to draw a bunch of cards before we go into Divinity. Draw these cards exactly, I guess. So then we would have a Strike, a Flurry, and an Eruption, and a second Flurry to kill him. Or to kill him, I guess, before Signature Move somehow kills him. Signature Move only does 26 in Wrath mode. I guess it's 26 plus 13. So that's to be 39. So we only need 10 damage on him, so it's like a single strike. I don't think it's happening, though. Why did you call yourself Vegetablebread? Like many internet names, I thought it was funny a long time ago. It's the main reason. Yeah, just thinking about potatoes. They're like just full of like simple sugars. They're kind of like just the vegetable version of bread. Thanks for the follow, Iliad Illithid. Watch out for that guy. He's got a mind worm. Welcome to the vegetable patch. Okay, let's draw these cards, and then... what do we do before we shuffle? These cards are actually pretty good, so I'm happy to shuffle and see those. It's possible we go into Divinity twice this turn. It's kind of a wild idea. Prostrate puts us in exactly. Redraws the flurry. Seems okay. Jeez, strike does 40. So 40 plus 18 is 58. Not quite enough. Let's see, if we do 40 plus, this one is doing 58. My goodness. But we can't do... wait. This is 40 as well. Okay, I think this probably works out. I guess it depends on what we draw. Okay, it does work. Cool. Getting lesson learned fragged. Very irritating. Nope, we don't want these. It's way too late to be picking these basic damage cards. If you go into Divinity 2 times, do you die 2 times? Great question. I don't know. I mean, I think the first one probably kills you, right? From a practical perspective. Yeah, we skip here. We are a little bit short on damage, but I don't think we're short in a way that we can practically fix. I think we need to fix the deck by making the deck more efficient, not by... doing the other thing. Fear Nova Inner Peace draws some cards. We are dead this turn on board, so... seems like we need to draw some cards. Okay. Apparition. Welcome. Welcome on in, Apparition. Thanks for saving my life. I appreciate it. I guess Flurry of Blows doesn't need to get played right now. Oh wait, we have extra strength. We should play it. Okay. Well, that was scary. We can proc Lessons Learned very easily in this fight. It's a bit of a waste of damage, but I'm just going to proc it now. Finally got an Apparition upgraded. Those are really good. Good enough for 20, so we need to block for another 6. Third Eye does that pretty well. Signature move is actually weapons free here because we've got we've already spent the lessons learned in this fight. Do we pitch the halt just to get an extra card? Yes. No, actually, lessons learned is enough to kill Exploder, and that's going to be the big problem next turn. I'll keep halt for the block. Darn it. So we strike anywhere. So we can move him to death. Great. Now let's go ahead and get some cards out of the hand. including the hull. Okay. Apparition's a pretty big deal because that means we can punch Spiker harder. I prefer to save it, but this one can't be saved. Let's go ahead and Crescendo Indignation. Get some vulnerable down. And then just develop some stuff. Block out. Alright, got another apparition. This is the last one, I believe. And we can't really draw cards. If we prostrate, we go into Divinity next turn, which is exciting. I guess prostrate Vault goes into Divinity right now. Not really sure what the point of that is. I guess we go into Divinity when we draw Deva form, which is kind of nice. I can just end turn, though. I don't need to spend a Vault on this. Okay. Alright. We're in Divinity. We can use Eruption to kill Repulsor. Seems like kind of a waste to go into Divinity and then immediately leave. I guess Eruption draws cards, though. We want to draw Deva form. We could block for 16 and then punch Spiker, which is fun. I guess we can just kill him. We don't have enough block to block the damage return. Vigilance blocks the damage, but then what? Oh. Stone Calendar is what? Okay. We've been looking for a Talk to the Hand for forever. Talk to the Hand's super duper good. We've got the Flurry of Blows. We don't have a ton of attacks. But Talk to the Hand is good enough almost any time. Kunai, interesting. Second Rushdown, Bag of Prep, and Melange, also here. Are we a good Kunai deck? Maybe if we pick like a second Flurry of Blows or something? We could remove something, remove a strike probably at this point. Do like card remove, Bag of Prep. We've been taking a bunch of damage on turn 1, so Bag of Prep could help us not die. Thanks for the follow, not a fascist pig. It's good to know. You're in the club. Welcome to the Vegetable Patch. What about Cut Through Fate? We could take like Kunai Cut. Pretty big fan of Kunai Cut, surprisingly. Take a second Rushdown. Try and draw 4 cards every time we enter Eruption or enter Wrath. Seems like a lot. Kunai Cut is kind of a desperation pick. It's kind of like a, hey, we're at 5 health, and maybe we're not scaling well enough to win the game. Kunai is really good with Halt, too. I was talking about singing Halt's praises in terms of dex scaling. Halt is dex scaling. Not super easy for a watcher to get dex scaling. Kunai is probably the main way, followed by Smoothstone. Fasting. Kind of the other ones. With the Talk to the Hand, I think we kind of want Cut Through Fate. We want, like, to do a bunch of attacks, which is something we've had trouble doing. Alright, let's go for it. I think we have to rest here, being at 5. We only go up to 14. Maybe we don't. What if we upgraded an apparition here? I don't think 9 health is saving us from Reptomancer or anything. Maybe it is, though. Gosh. Could save the Lizard Tail, which is pretty nice. Okay, alright, I'll try to save the Lizard Tail. Ooh, Tranquility Plus. It says plus on it. No, we've got so many Call Mentors with the Fear No Evil and the Inner Peace and the Tranquility and Vigilance. No, I think it's a no. If we pick a Third Eye, we could pick a Weave. Third Eye is one of the most effective defensive tools in the deck. Yeah. It's another unupgraded card we have to get through. It is Reptomancer, but we have Apparitions. Even double Apparition Prey, though, we lose 2 health here. We also lose Deva Form, but we can't play Deva Form. We would literally die on the spot, so we're just not playing Deva Form this fight. Okay. Pretty nice turn to be intangible. This is one of the most dangerous turns in the game. We can develop Devotion and Rushdown. Be nice to get some damage on the top daggers, because they'll be around next turn. So I will get that 9 damage. Do we Insight here? Going into Wrath mode's pretty good. We have 3 energy left. I think we do Insight. Regret. Alright, I think we want to get some cards out of hand and we'll do it like that. Gets us down to 5. Is turn 3 Ascension 20 the most dangerous turn in the game? What about turn 2 Heart? Turn 2 Hearts kills a lot of characters. Seems like killing this guy's pretty good. Indignation draws some cards, gets some energy. Yeah, what is the most dangerous turn in the game? Honestly, I think turn 2 Reptomancer is probably it. Maybe turn 2 Spire Elites. That one's pretty dangerous. Let's see what this draws. Can we, like, flurry him to death? We need to proc Lessons Learned. Even though this is a Reptomancer fight, we need to proc Lessons Learned. I don't think it's optional anymore. Interesting. Why do you think turn 3 Heart is more dangerous than turn 2? Turn 2 is like the first turn when you get vulnerable, right? Why would the second attack be more dangerous than the third? I could see turn 5 Heart being the most dangerous. The first attack of the second cycle. That kills a lot of characters too. But you're not vulnerable by then, so... maybe turn 8 Heart is the most dangerous turn in the Heart fight. I see. The second is more predictable. Yeah, on the third turn, like you might have blocked like the big attack with a barrier or something, right? You might be running out of defensive tools, but you also might be like set up and ready to go more than you are on turn 2. It'd be kind of interesting to like see the heat map of like where people die in Slay the Spire. Probably more people die to Gremlin Knob than the Heart. Just because getting back to 4 takes some doing. Yeah, it definitely... I mean, sometimes turn 2 rep move is not super scary, but sometimes it's over 100 damage and you're like, what do I do? Are we vaulting here? Third Eye Vault's pretty good. We could like Inner Peace too, get the flurry back. Let's see what Third Eye shows us. That's not great. You call them Spire siblings? That's hilarious, I love it. We have a signature move in hand. What's blocking it? Oh, Lessons Learned, of course. We're in Divinity. Do we just use the Lessons Learned and not get value out of it? Because that would let us... We could just hit Reptomancer for 100 here. I love it. It's Spire Siblings. It's great. What if they were the Spire Sisters? We could gender them. That would make it rhyme. Or not rhyme. What's the word for that? We do 119 to Reptomancer right here. And then just block for 25. Can we block for 25? 13, 22. Yes, we can. Illiterate, yeah. Isn't that different if they start with vowels versus consonants? I feel like I got taught that in middle school and have never heard anyone reference it since then. And I'm questioning my sanity. How dedicated are we to hitting Lessons Learned procs? Because maybe we just let this dagger blow up. But if we don't... if we don't play Lessons Learned, we never get to play Signature Move. This deck is so weird. We've got most of the important upgrades. Vault would be nice. Rushdown. Apparition, obviously. Talk to the Hand. No, there's some really good upgrades. We have to hit it. We have to just make this work. Yeah, Assonance. Thank you. Well, we could just hold the Apparition. I don't feel super vulnerable while holding an Apparition. So, okay. We could, like, strike... Or we could Flurry Crescendo, Flurry Tranquility Flurry to get a Kunai proc. That seems kind of insane. We have 5 energy. How do we spend it? We should have just spent it on doing 119 damage to Reptomancer. This is going to get me killed. This is so stupid. We kind of only want to draw 4 cards next turn, so let's just leave 6 cards in hand. We have 8 right now, so we need to spend 2. So let's spend, like, Halt Flurry. Hey, Bendy Padawan, thanks for the follow. Alright, this looks like the Apparition turn. Let's get Talk to the Hand down. And Apparition. And then play Eruption. Kill this dagger. Get Eruption back. We can, like, Fear No Evil Eruption, too. Kill the other dagger. Strike gets Kunai proc and blocks out. We do have a wound in hand now, so that's a little scary. How many wounds are coming? 3 more? We could just Tranquility Crescendo to draw some cards. We got another wound. Alright, I'm just gonna use the signature move now. I don't want to die. And yet here I am, dying. Yep, easily could have won this fight. Chose to take a risk to try to get a Lessons Learned proc. Got killed by a Reptimancer. I guess we have a Lizard Tail, so... yikes. Very disappointing outcome. She's hitting for 34 once we go back to being calm. We could go into Divinity. Flurry Blows is in the draw pile. So we could, like, Inner Peace Indignation to draw a Flurry. And then, like, Flurry. Oh, Calendar wins. Okay. Well, there's no Lessons Learned anymore, so. Darn. There's a second Flurry. Yeah, this is a hell of a card reward. Fear No Evil and Flurry. Kind of fighting for it here. I think it's Flurry, honestly. We have the Talk to the Hand and the Kunai. Fear No Evil is great, though. Yeah, I think we'll go for it. Alright. I think this has to be our recall. This is our... oh, I guess this is our penultimate fire, huh? Well, maybe we Smith then. Yeah, let's Smith an Apparition. There's a bunch of upgrades we need. Devaform, Devotion, Apparition, Talk to the Hand. Even like Rush Down, then Halt, Cut Through Fate, Vault. Inner Peace, need them. Recall just lets us go to Act 4. We need to collect all 4 keys, or all 3 keys. So the green one you get from fighting a Mega Elite, which we already did. This is how you get the red key. And the blue key you get from skipping the contents of a chest, which we're probably doing next floor. Maybe Talk to the Hand is better than Apparition. We've got 1 upgraded Apparition, so we've got sort of 1 we can hold on to. Talk to the Hand helps us scale a little bit better. What do you get for going to Act 4? Nothing. Meat on the Bone would be so good. It would heal us for like a significant portion of our health every fight. Too bad we can't pick it. That would significantly increase our win percent. Let's see, how much does this heal us for? We go to 26, it heals us for 10. Yeah. Okay. Rush Down Crescendo draws some cards. Probably playing Apparition this turn. I guess let's see what this draws. Charming. This hits for 42, so we can just proc it right now. We need to get out of Wrath. The only way to do that is Inner Peace. It's 9 plus 11 plus 11, so 22, 31. Assuming we don't kill Exploder. Blocking for 14. If we do kill Exploder, it's just 20, and we're already blocked for 14. So we take 6. Wait, how can it also be called Ascension? These are Ascensions. That's confusing. Sure. We can get a little bit extra health with Prostrate as well. Okay, can we kill Baseball this turn? We can, like, Flurry, Eruption, Flurry, Fear No Evil, Flurry, with a halt in there, too. It's a lot of block. Huh. Interesting. Well, wait, you can also have the ending on the custom modifiers. That's another way to get it turned on. You really don't see the keys if you don't have Ascension mode turned on? That's so weird. Let's see. We could potentially peel off all of his artifact charges with Indignation. That would take a long time. It's probably not happening. So then Talk to the Hand goes on Spiker, or I guess we just use it for damage. Alright, let's do some stuff. Oh crap. Filled up my hand with Rushdown. I guess I'm gonna restart the fight to not do that. That was bad. Okay. I just have to remember the first turn, which I think is the turn where we killed him. No, we made a mistake by Rushdown Crescendoing, drawing an extra Apparition and wasting it. Excellent. With the artifact, is it a lot of block? Meowfa, I'm not quite sure what your question means. This was Lessons Learned, Inner Peace, Prostrate. We overdrew by 1,000,000. Okay, so we Flurry first, and then we need to clear out a hand room. So I think we play, like, Foresight is the only card we can get rid of for free. Or Defend, I guess. Yeah, let's play Defend. I think we need that this turn. And then, wait, 3, 6, 8 cards. So this actually isn't enough hand room still, because we draw 2 and then try to get Flurry back. So we need to clear out another card. I guess I'll just Strike, even while we're not in Wrath. Because I don't think we're going to have enough energy to play them all. Okay, now we'll get the Flurry back. And then we're going to, like, Fear No Evil, Indignation. And end with Tranquility. Fear No Evil, Indignation costs 2, so we can play something before it. Which is like Talk to the Hand or Strike. Strike does more damage. We have to Flurry in the middle. It's not quite enough. Oh wait, it is, because when we go back into Calm, we'll get the Flurry back. So we don't actually need to play Halt. Oh crap. What? Why isn't that? Oh, it's the Flurry minus. Oh my god, I have to restart this turn again. Good god. Ugh, so much thinking. Getting tired. Too much streaming today. Rushdown Crescendo's turn here, wasting an apparition. Shame. Yeah, I feel it, man. I feel it right in my heart. So ashamed of trying to get things right. Okay. Alright. One more time. So we flurry first, and then we need to play 2 cards. We played defend, although it wasn't really necessary, because we wanted to kill him. Oh god, I don't even know what we did wrong this turn. I thought something wrong. So the thing that I thought wrong was that Flurry was going to kill him. So let's try and redo everything up to the Flurry, because that's the point where we're supposed to, like, learned. We did something actually wrong. We're not trying to, like, redo the fight to do it better. We're trying to redo the fight to the point where we actually made a mistake. Okay. And then we... Like, Fear No Ill Indignation was the next thing, but we fit in a strike first. Okay, and then we thought this was going to be lethal because... Oh crap, this time it is lethal. Ah! I did more damage this time. Because I played the strike during Wrath mode instead of... I think I played a strike before Wrath mode last time. Alright, well... This is technically cheating, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay. And the next turn we want to get, like, Apparition signature moves. Let's try to set that up. I'll allow Deus Ex Machina. Okay. We don't really need Vault or Defend. Well, yeah, technically the game lets you, like, path the seed, right? You could, like, just do a new run with the same seed. But that's not very fun. Let's get some cards out of hand so that we can draw these cards. Wait. Oh, we already have signature move? Yeah, we just need the apparition so that we're immune to damage. There are 3 cards here, 3, 6, 9 cards in hand. We got the 2 flurries now. Wait, did I just use my only block card? I did. So we're gonna take one damage from the spike here, I think. Oh, we found the defend. Okay, great. Oh, cut through fate, right. Okay. This is the 3rd pressure points plus the game has offered us. I wonder what could have been. But no, wouldn't need these. We've got a source of vulnerable. Okay, so now we have to recall, because this is the second to last fire, and maybe we need to heal there, so. Enable Act 4. Alright. Okay, we got ourselves some Darklings. Man, we need a 4th energy so bad. Apparition day before him. Can't do it. Is it true that some seeds are unwinnable? Yes, there are unwinnable seeds. I think it's unwinnable assuming that, like, you take a boss relic swap there's a silent seed that you can't win after you take a boss relic swap. But maybe that's... I think you probably technically can win it if you do the other one, but you'd have to know, because usually you want to do boss relic swaps on silent. Cut through fate, do something cool. Wait, can we kill one? No. I don't really want the strike. Let's take the free card. And then Rushdown versus Prey. I guess Prey's better because it gives us the insight sooner. If I remember correctly, Pandarion GG, a seed is built on a run that wins through a series of specific decisions. What does that mean? Every game is seeded. The seed is here. I don't know if it's true that every seed is technically winnable. That's questionable. That person who searched the seeds, I question their methodology. They were looking for some very specific stuff. They were trying to find specifically games where you're playing silent. The first elite is Lagavulin, and you aren't offered any attacks in the first. And you're forced to fight an elite, and you aren't offered any attacks in the first several fights, so you're forced to lose specifically to Lagavulin. But there's lots of ways to lose the game. So, like, I don't doubt that there's seeds out there where you are forced to lose, and it isn't in that specific circumstance. Sorry, you can't post links. You can post them in the Discord. And if you'd like, I can repost it for you. We have a Flurry of Blows, so we could, like, Apparition Indignation to draw that. I guess Crescendo Indignation makes them all vulnerable, which is neat. We have some Miracles, too, so we could, like, throw a Rushdown in there. Sure. I guess I'll go into Calm first to get extra energy. It's probably a more efficient way to allocate damage than that. We have to use the Apparition or lose it, so I'll use it. I think we're probably trying to kill them next turn. So I'll keep the Strike and Insight. This is 5 cards, so we are safe to hold these. Alright, we got the Apparition Plus, which is neat. No way of entering Wrath here. There's also 10 cards, so we need to spend one if we want to play Insight, which can draw a way of entering Wrath. Yes, mods can post links. You actually posted a link earlier. You posted a link to a whatchamacallit. I think. What's that link? Ooh, it says Vegetablebread. This is exciting. What you mean is that every seed has at least one way to win. However, you may lose because you picked the theoretically correct starting option, but to win the run you have to have a boss relic swap relic to win instead of whatever else you choose. That's not guaranteed to be true, though, unlikely now. It's possible that every single Niao option results in a loss. I mean, the person who was looking for them, I think he was looking for seeds that don't have Niao options that give you attacks either. So I think his search pattern would have covered all Niao options. So you would have been guaranteed to lose no matter what you do. Alright, so let's play Flurry of Blows and then Insight. Inner PCs, not a way of entering Wrath, although we can use it to draw cards, so I guess I will do that. Let's do the somewhat ambitious double Miracle. I kind of want to play the Vault rather than letting this turn end, so that we can kill them all before this Darkling wakes back up. He's at 25, which is 26, less than 26. So I think the rest of the damage goes on middle Darkling. Alright, Eruption's going to draw 2 cards, these 2, and then we want to get both Flurries back, so we need 4 cards in hand. Right, exactly. Yeah, unwinnable is different than like difficult, right? There's not really an optimal strategy for playing Slay the Spire, which is kind of critical for it being fun. There's no way to optimize things technically, because the only like rubric really is just did you win. So we have 3, 6, 9 cards in hand. We need to get down to 6 somehow. I think that's probably not happening. I guess 7, because the Eruption is one of the cards. So we just have to play 2 cards. So we play like Foresight, Defend, Eruption. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'll try it. So can Strike and the Flurries kill him? I think probably. Yeah, it looks like. Yep. Cool. We've learned a valuable lesson today. Mental Fortress seems good. Cut Through Fate's okay too. I think I'm pretty excited about Mental Fortress though. Alright. Our next challenge is, can we learn a lesson on the Maw? We could just vault right away. There's nothing really exciting to do this turn. And it would let us hold on to our Crescendo. Yeah, okay. Oh, right. We messed up our Horn Cleat by doing that. I didn't think about that. Alright, so let's develop some powers. And you could talk to the hand down. Hopefully we're saving Rushdown and Eruption for Eruption and Crescendo for when we have Rushdown. He's hitting for 31st. That's his big attack. Eventually the multi-attack becomes scarier in this fight, but... we can probably just get Flurry of Blows back from the discard, so we'll just discard it. Signature move's not good because we have Lessons Learned in hand. I think I'll take these, they block. Apparition also blocks. We are probably gonna... Let's see, if we play Cut Through Fate this turn, we shouldn't play Apparition first. I guess, like, we can just play Apparition, Prostrate, Pray. If we do that, we go into Divinity next turn. Seems like that's a little bit too early, because Lessons Learned is not ready to be lethal yet. But I guess we can just do it to get some poke damage in. Okay. David Form while we're in Divinity is actually pretty good. I'll keep all these. Alright, so we will capitalize on the energy to play Daviform. And, it's been a while since we played Daviform. I guess Tranquility Crescendo's positive energy. If we're trying to turbo people. Seems like this is the turn to get all the decks and stuff. I'll go ahead and make him vulnerable too. Maybe we don't want to draw too much because we have 2 apparitions coming up, and they are more useful next turn than this turn. So I'll just play Vigilance, get the 2 flurries back and play them. Alright, Apparition's great this turn. We don't need defend. Oh, 2 Apparitions. That's not ideal. We are gonna shuffle next turn. I think we'll just get rid of all these at the beginning of the turn. We've got the specific dex total where Halt has a green number and a red number on it, which is amazing. I always love that when you're frail and have extra dex. Halt is confused about whether it's better or worse than normal. I kind of want to just play Halt to draw an extra card, but then Halt is a really good card, so what card am I really drawing that's better than Halt? But I guess we're intangible for 2 turns, so we don't really need block cards in the immediate future. Oh man, is it a really good video? I found the video a while ago, just like totally randomly, of this lady who smashes her face into bread. It's so strange. I don't know why I thought of that right now, but it's pretty amazing. It's like a whole channel. That's all she does. Just face to bread. Let's do Third Eye Insight and try and find a Wrath Enter. I guess Inner Peace draws cards too. Prey puts us in Divinity next turn. Okay. We have 3, 6, 8 cards in hand, so Eruption draws 2 and gets back 2 flurries. We need to spend 1 more card first. We can go into Divinity right now. It doesn't seem wise, so I'll just play a defend. Three, 6, 7 cards. Indignation is safe here. This is starting to feel like a Watcher deck. We're doing stuff. This Kunai is really good. I'm glad I bought it. 6 decks. Hell yeah. I'm not sure if the Chief Abides is in the Discord, so I'll just make sure there's a link there for if he's looking for it. We are probably getting lethal next turn with when we go into Divinity, right? This will do 38 damage. So let's just get these defends out of the way. Oops. I'm gonna hold on to a flurry. Yeah, we don't want to shuffle it and draw a flurry. I'd rather play the flurry while I'm in Divinity. I guess I'll keep an insight. Looking for lethal here. Need 43, that seems easy. Alright, well that deck does some really good stuff sometimes. We do kind of need more Wrath Enters. Is Crescendo Plus good enough? I said that I felt good about my ratio, but like, just an Eruption and Indignation isn't really enough, especially now that we have Mental Fortress and 2 flurries. We're like really relying on some robust ability to change stances. Coconut, you're a jerk. Hold on, I need to clean up cat pee on the stairs, I'm pretty sure. Hey, don't be a bad kid. Nothing like cleaning up fresh, warm cat urine to make you question all your life decisions. Spirit Shield is quite good with Pyramid. That is a great point. Because we frequently have a full hand. We also are like pretty short on block cards. I don't really need to record it. I have that on command, just all the time. I wish that Spirit Shield deck scaled. I legitimately don't understand why it doesn't. I guess it would be too good, but it's like not very good right now, so. Maybe it should block for like 2 per card in your hand and scale. Alright, I'll pick it. Regen Pot's gotta be better than Skill Pot. Regen Pot heals us for a significant portion of our max HP here. 9 health seems like the responsible choice here. Yeah, I thought about doing cooking in emotes, yeah, I was kind of surprised by how few emote slots I got. I would have done like 10 of them. Which is worse, clean up cat urine, clean up cat poop, or clean up cat vomit? Good question, Mafava. Let's really dig into the weeds on this. I think the worst one by far is urine. Yeah, any carpeted place, or anytime we like leave a towel on the ground, or like a pile of clothes, if she's in a mood, she'll pee on it. So those stairs over there are carpeted, and that's her favorite spot. She used to have a litter box in the bathroom at the top of those stairs. So, so she like sort of remembers peeing over there, and then just still does it, even though there's no litter box there anymore. She probably would do it even if there hadn't ever been a litter box, to be honest. The poop, like, generally comes in, like, generally she, like, poops in her litter box and it's not a problem, and even if she doesn't, it's just, like, you just pick it up and throw it away. It's not that big of a deal. The vomit sometimes has a particularly deleterious effect, which is, like, she's actually never peed on the bed. I don't know why she doesn't like beds, but she doesn't do that. The vomit, sometimes she'll vomit and then ants will find it before we'll find it. That's gross. I don't like ants eating cat vomit. It's very circle of life-y, I guess, but I don't like that. Yeah, the vomit does tend to like dry on stuff, so yeah, it's not the greatest, but it's just a hairball most of the time, so not a huge deal. I think we're taking health here. I don't think we can afford upgrading. We are at 10. No, I think I will upgrade. We've got the regen pot, and like the health isn't that valuable. We kind of need the Devaform upgrade. I'm not used to like Devaform needing an upgrade, but we like frequently don't have the energy to play Devaform on the turn we draw it, and it's like a pretty big problem if we don't play Devaform. Because we need that to win fights. So I think I'm going to give it an upgrade. Pretty weird to upgrade Devaform over Apparition, but here we are. Alright. Apparition saves us from dying right now. Might as well use the energy with Indignation Strike. Is that true? We're definitely using the regen pot. If we Indignation now, then we are missing a couple of opportunities to use Indignation. We are not exiting Calm with it, and we're also not... we haven't played Rushdown yet. So we get extra damage, but we miss a couple of other important features. We also maybe don't need the Strike, because Strike can be important for proccing Kunai. Probably isn't. Yeah, I think I'll just take one with Indignation Strike. I mean, it does like 40 damage, so... sorry for all the gross stuff. Blame Mavfafa. He redeemed the reward. I have no power here. What could I possibly do? Turn down the legitimate request from my fan? Ridiculous. I wish that we could save this apparition, but we cannot. R2 Bree, you probably just came back. We had an extended conversation about cat hygiene. No, like house hygiene in the context of a cat. I don't know. I'm trying not to make it gross now, but it was gross. Okay, so we can't save the apparition. Might as well use it. And then what else are we doing? There's no flurry here, so we can't, like, vigilance triple flurry. We could third eye to set up for next turn, but we're already blocked out, so it seems like a bit of a waste. No, I do not want to become famous. Goodbye. Cat Hygiene Plus. Ooh. It's a tricky spot. We could play like Strike Dupe Pot Flurry. If we're like super want to get a Dex right now. Sorry about that. I'll go shut the door. Oh my god, I could have been famous, you're right. Let's see. I think no on the dupe pot, just for a dex. I mean, it's a dex and 12 damage, or I guess 18 damage. Dupe pot strike would be better. So then, like, what do? We have to play cards if we want to draw. That's true. High difficulty. Mafatha making me talk about gross stuff. I think we're just gonna get like a defend and a third eye out of hand. Isn't that like most of my block cards though? I guess I have a Vault of Vigilance and an Apparition, so that should be fine. Talk to the hand's nice. We need to get Devotion down too. Oh wait, why am I skipping Signature Move? Yeah, let's just keep all these. Okay, and then do we play Flurry to draw another card? I think yes. Alright, 5 cards for next turn. Should be fine. Jeez. He is hitting us hard. We can Apparition to get out of it. Or something else. Can you use Vault to skip the turn on which he heals? If you Vault and he's below half health on 12, do you skip his turn and his heal? Or does he like try to heal again? I was surprised by the Vault Time Warp interaction when I saw it, but it seems like you would be able to. I think we're going to just spend Apparition. No, it does skip his turn. No, yeah, it's got a weird interaction, because you play the card, and then he takes his turn, and then his turn ends and it becomes your turn. Because he steals the turn from you after you play Vault, and then you steal the turn back from him with the effect of the Vault. Which doesn't make any sense, but that is how it works. So I think it would change his intent. Slay the Spire is a very odd place. Okay, let's play Apparition and develop Talk to the Hand and Devotion. Dude, BMod, don't tempt 2020. His SWAT team could show up. Maybe I'm an enemy of the state, who knows? Okay, Vigilance Crescendo would be the end of the turn. That seems bad. We don't have anything that costs 0, so we can't, like, play 0-cost thing and then vault. We could... What would happen if we dupe pot vaulted right now? I think nothing. I think it would just end our turn. Do you... Am I missing... Oh yeah, there are like badges slots in there. I didn't know what to do with those, because you don't want like an emoji next to your name all the time. You just want like an icon thing. I do need some just kind of generic, like, what is a bread buck? And like, what do the sub badges look like? What do you want? I guess I should ask. Okay, so we need to exit Wrath and block. So we probably just need to play like Mental Fortress Vigilance, right? Or like Vigilance Defend. Blocks are a little bit more. He's hitting for 24, actually it's 30 after we change his mind. So if we block for 20, that's a little short. Yeah, it seems like that's the best we can do. Okay. You have a friend who does emotes. Cool. Well, that Spirit Shield pick seems to have been good. Certainly good this turn. I can't find a turn to play Daviform or Vault here. I think we're going to need to go into Divinity to get the energy to play Daviform, or find Deus Ex Machina, but I'm having trouble clearing out my hand because this is Time Lord. Maybe this is like Mental Fortress Rushdown Crescendo stuff turn. But that doesn't sound like it's a Spirit Shield turn anymore. Maybe it is. So it's like Mental Fortress Rushdown Crescendo gets us back to 3 energy and draws 2 cards. So it only net costs 1 card. But then we have to get back into Calm somehow, right? There's no Calm cards in hand. We'd have to draw 1. There's 1, 2, 3 hits and a bunch of misses. Seems scary. And we like die on the spot if we don't hit it, right? I guess we can... No, even Duke Pot Spirit Shield isn't enough block. I think we still die. I guess we vault. If that happens. Okay, well we need to develop the powers, so... Let's give it a shot. We did draw Tranquility, so that's nice. So let's get the block, and then get a Kunai Rock. And do we want to play Prostrate to draw an extra card next turn? I think the answer is probably. Takes us up to 6 and then 8 next turn on Mantra. Pixel Noise, can you like can you chat me with your the way to contact your friend? In the past, I just commissioned somebody on Fiverr because I can't make art. So we got 3 cards this turn. And we need to block for 36. We could like Eruption Interpiece Vault to skip his turn. And then we go into Divinity form and play Daviform. We're going to Divinity and play Daviform next turn. I don't really see an alternative because we can't like block for 36 here. Oh, really? Cool. Let's see. Yeah, there's no other way to block here, right? So we have to vault this turn. Unless we draw something that can block. Oh, there isn't anything. Okay, so we have to draw with Eruption. Or we have to spend cards with Eruption Interpiece. Darn. I guess if we are vaulting anyway, then we don't have to play Interpiece. We can just stay in Wrath. We almost have enough energy to Devaform Vault. Not quite. We can play Lessons Learned. We have to get that out of the way to play a Signature Move, and we want to play Signature Move next turn, so let's do that. This deck needs a Wallop. So it didn't change his intention that time, and he can't do that attack twice in a row, right? So that does mean it doesn't change his intention. So somebody in chat was right. Somebody said that in chat. I was wrong. Right? He can't do that twice in a row. Head Slam cannot be used twice in a row. Nope. Reverberate can't be used 3 times in a row. So he could have changed his intention and just picked the same one. That's possible. Okay. So this turn I want to play Signature Move because it does 120 damage. And that splits him. That means we have to play these cards too. Would like to play Devaform as well. We will get 6 block at the end of the turn from Mental Fortress. So we can play like Devaform Miracle Defend. Or just Devaform Halt, I guess, does pretty well. Blocks for 21, 27. Yeah, that works fine. Halt is kind of a big tool, but I'd rather have the Miracle at the moment. Okay. Oh, we don't leave Divinity until the beginning of our turn. Wait, what the fuck just happened? Did I, like, just count wrong? Was I taking more than 36 damage? I knew I was taking a little bit of damage, because the Mental Fortress didn't trigger at the end of the turn, but I must have also counted wrong, because I died from, like, 12. Huh. I guess I'll have to watch the VOD on that one. Well, that was surprising. Darn, I died with a Duke Pot. But I didn't proc his clock. We didn't end the turn. Yeah, I know. So I thought the Divinity was going to end at the end of my turn. So I was counting on Mental Fortress block. I halted in Divinity intentionally. Oh, you know what? I just thought I was blocking for 37, but I was blocking for 27. But I didn't actually block for 27 because I blocked for 21 because Mental Fortress didn't proc. It's not that I wasn't in Wrath when I halted. I knew that. That was all. I calculated that. Yeah, I was just off by 10 because I counted wrong. Oops. Damn it. Well, this one felt winnable. Really needed a Wallop in the deck. We struggled a little bit to like play Signature Move. Signature Move was like a big source of our damage, but it got caught with the Lessons Learned, and we're also struggling to proc Lessons Learned because the deck didn't have very much damage outside of the Signature Move. So like those two were stepping on each other the whole run. We did sort of turn the corner there at the end when we picked up 2 Flurry of Blows to go with our Talk to the Hand and our Kunai. That strategy isn't very good against Time Lord, so that was a bit of an issue. But I thought we were going to win that fight. Pretty shocked to just like die to math error, but I guess that's the way the game works sometimes.